Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tabletop Tavern. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jenny. I will be your dungeon master for eternity. I'm going to let my wonderful players introduce themselves, starting with the beautiful, the effervescence, the ginger spice, Victoria Shaz.
Hi, everyone. My name is Victoria, and I play Leon LaBelle.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and I play Galen Wayfair.
Hi, I'm Doe, or Doadir, and I play Gris Littlefoot.
I'm Pippin, and I play Ariadne and Kailte.
Hi, I'm Luca, and I'm going to be playing Mung.
Alright, so for those of you who weren't here last week and didn't get to meet the lovely Mung, we're going to have a little rundown of last episode. Last episode on the Tabletop Tavern, the party found themselves confronted with the mysterious and crotchety worshipper of the fallen goddess Tefine, a goblin named Mung. The goblin told the heroes of a way to retrieve the dead soul of Gris from the dream realm and allow her to dream walk once again. Intrigued by this, the party entered the dream world, accompanied by Mung, and found themselves facing one of the fractured pieces of the halfling's soul, which was sort of a painful realization for all involved, but especially for the druid. That brings us to this session. Y'all ready? You good? You got your Kleenexes?
No.
You don't. Ryan.
I'm just gonna cry and just let it happen.
Okay, all right. You got like your waterproof mascara.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
The last thing that happened was Gris was laying on this like bed that had appeared out of nowhere.
Yes,
and
so
Leon was blocking everyone's vision with her wing, right?
Yes. So Leon, you are blocking everyone's vision. Gris, meanwhile, you have sort of curled up with Lavender, the daughter that you never had the chance to have, and you close your eyes and you hold her tight, and behind your eyelids you can see just this like brilliant silver light in front of you. You keep them closed until this like burning light kind of goes away, and you open your eyes, sort of blinking away a few stray tears and adjusting back to the light of the stars and the moon, and you find that the girl is gone. In her place, instead, kind of tangled in the sheets of the bed, is a small glass ball, inside of which is what appears to be like this swirling, glowing mist. It's sort of silvery. And it hangs from this delicate silver chain about the length of your waist. And it's attached by a small sort of loop. Equally spaced along the length of this chain are 3 more identical loops attached to their own glass balls. However, the rest of these glass balls appear to be empty. They don't have the same kind of swirling mist that you see in the other ball.
Okay.
The rest of the party and Mung are left standing on the other side of the clearing, sort of facing away from the rest of the scene, with Leon's wings blocking the way.
Leon kind of like periodically like peeks over her shoulder, and when she notices that the young girl is gone, she kind of retracts her wings.
Okay, have you done that yet? I don't think you've done that yet.
Not retracts. I think she just kind of like moves them in.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Like
can
just move them in.
Can I get an acrobatics check, please?
Acrobatics? Okay.
Well, she does that. Can I clarify? This is like a belt or like a sash sort of thing?
It looks like it's a belt that sort of hangs around your waist.
Cool.
Okay, congratulations. You fold your wings back in.
Okay. And Leon, upon folding her wings back in, says, I think we're good. Turns around, immediately walks to Gris, and just, like, motions to give her a hug.
Gris kind of looks up at her friends approaching, and I imagine she is at least inspecting or touching or feeling this sort of belt chain thing, and like kind of admiring the little silvery kind of tendrils inside one of the balls, and she looks up at Leon. And I imagine she didn't do a very good job at concealing her emotions. Gris is pretty much a terrible poker player.
Yeah, Leon is hugging her. There's no
I'll
asking.
have followed, but I'm just hovering, just like, I want to show empathy, but I don't know how.
All right, Galen, did you follow
Mung
Leon as well?
approaches very slowly and stays a good distance away.
And
I sort of walked over and just sat next to Gris.
Okay,
Gris
so
is-
we have sort of Gris and Leon are hugging. Galen's maybe sitting on the other side of Gris.
Yeah.
And then you have Ariadne awkwardly
Standing and
standing
hovering.
there, like, how can I help? And then we have Mung watching. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, I'm leaning on my staff, just watching.
Gris's breath catches in her throat as she like kind of looks up to her friends, and she's like, I didn't realize that something I never had could hurt so badly. And then she kind of like wipes her eyes, like trying to be tough, and she's like, I think this is part of my soul. And she holds up the kind of the chain with the orbs attached to it.
Galen sort of just puts like a comforting hand on Gris's shoulder. It's like, I can kind of relate.
Leon lets go and looks at Gris and says, clearly, even though you never had her, she was a part of you. And that's just as valid.
I feel like I've seen her before. Maybe in my dreams. Maybe back when Reese and I were initially talking about having a child. She just was so familiar.
She was a part of you.
She nods and kind of, turns to Galen and like smiles at him, and then looks up at Ariadne, and she's like, well, as much as I would love to sit here and just cry about it, we have other pieces of my soul to get.
It seems likely.
She kind of holds up the chain
Yeah.
to Mung, and she's like, I guess I put this on.
Can I have a look, please?
Gris kind of reluctantly hands it over to him.
Oh no, you don't need to hand it over. It's probably wouldn't sit very well on me. He bends over and kind of inspects it. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to need to complete this, obviously. It seems we have 3 other shards of your soul to recover. However, the challenges, I suspect, will be very different. What we encountered here seems to have been a representation of your motherly instinct, your loss, your childhood. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm guessing we'll be encountering perhaps your love or your anger, or who knows. I expect we'll be encountering some very interesting events. I guess we should definitely keep moving. Just be on your guard.
Gris kind of
This is going to be interesting.
nods, and she attaches the chain around her waist, and she's like, well, I'm sorry in advance. You may see some sides of me that I haven't spoken of.
Leon
Galen kind of just like
And it's
like
and then
over Gris's head.
To giggle.
she kind of sees this exchange, and she's like, you're right, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. I just give Gris an aside of like, I'd be kind of worried if we didn't. Just like trying to reassure her.
She's like, yeah, we've had a lot go on today. She's like, we already heard everyone's fortunes, and those were terrible, and
Oh
you
my
have
God.
wings and eyes, and Galen's sister. Shout out to Galen's sister. And she's like, but you might get a happy ending, Ari. She just chuckles.
Like they're just like, how do I comfort you? And they're like, I would give it to you. I'd rather you have it. I don't. And I look to Mung and I'm like, I don't like. Is that an extra fee? Can I?
Don't think you can transfer fate, sorry.
I mean, I don't know. Just call me Gris. I'm a
afraid.
3-foot soul half. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And at this point, I'm just trying to make Gris laugh. But I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm clearly 3 feet tall.
Gris like throws her head back and laughs at that one, and kind of waves her hand at Ariadne, and she's like, it's okay. I got to experience a love I didn't know I had today. Sounds like you might get a long-term one too. And she's like, eh? And then she's like, okay, do I still have to lead the way?
Yes, I think you do. And Leon looks to Mom, like, am I right?
I believe you will know the way. But if you feel in any way like you could use assistance, I am prepared magically to do some guidance.
Okay. She's like, I don't know what that means.
You can also hop off if you need more of a viewpoint.
Gris kind of like thinks about this for a second, and she nods and goes over to Ariadne to like climb up on their shoulders.
Cool. I just
would
like
say
kneel
that I could,
down and like
fly you up somewhere, but I don't really know how to use these yet. So we're
Gris
not
is
gonna-
like hot. They're too hot.
No.
Yeah, Ari went ahead and touched them.
You touched them.
Mhm. I did. It was ouchies.
Gris just nods knowingly. Can I do
Jenny?
like a perception check or something?
Yes, Noah. What's up?
How dark is it? Is it nighttime? Is it dark? Is
So
it like twilight?
it's
Do you know how night
nighttime. There is a dying fire that's basically just embers, and the stars are out.
Hmm.
So it's not that dark.
Does
Do-
Mong have night vision?
Do you have dark vision?
Mong is a born darkness liver and has the ability to see in the dark at any time. However,
Oh, okay.
can you all see in the dark?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We
Dark
all have
vision,
night vision.
Uh-oh.
I can
Uh,
enhance
yeah,
that a
I'm
little bit.
so sorry. You guys
Okay.
are gonna have to
Yeah, we
repeat
can see
yourselves.
in dim light
You guys are gonna have
as
to
if it was
Hi.
day, and then in darkness as
Hi.
if it was dim.
Can
No.
you guys,
Well, we can't have that.
Can you
Oh?
go
Come,
back and
gather around for a second.
repeat yourselves?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
Discord just
We were
lost its
we were
mind.
just talking about how we had night vision.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I was gonna roll a perception check, which I'm gonna do.
Hold on. Before you do anything, I know you all think you have dark vision, but you don't have Tisiphine's dark vision. Come here.
The what now?
Gather round.
Gris kind of
Everybody-
like
Yeah.
Leon
come.
uncomfortably
I, like,
waits for everyone to get there
gallop
first
over.
and then follows.
All right. Once everybody is in a awkward hand-holding circle,
Oh,
I
are
will
you all
use my
holding hands? Is everyone
Oh,
okay with
hi.
holding? Galen,
Yes.
are you gonna hold everybody's hands?
I guess I have to.
how is Gris
Very
gonna
good,
do
young
this? Am I
man.
gonna
I
hold an
kneel-
like Ari's hand?
I can kneel down. I like looking at their expectant hands, like kneel down, and I'm just like, Chris,
Yeah, you're right. Gris kind of climbs off, and she's like, "Okay," and she just kind of holds out her hands. I guess
I
one
take
goes to
one, and I
Ariadne.
don't know who's next to
Mom
me,
takes
but
the other.
okay.
Height-wise, it makes
Everyone's
sense.
just holding hands.
Leon's got
Yeah.
her hands out, but Leon's hands aren't hot, right?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure that it's not all of Leon and it's just
Look
the
at her
wings.
face, I'm dying.
Mhm.
I don't want to hurt my friends.
Galen's hand is just like
Bung.
hovering over Leon's, like not fully holding it, just like
Leon grabs it. God damn it, Galen.
ow.
What? Really?
As the Mung takes the second hand, he drops his staff in the middle, and it begins to just stay upright on its own. And for a second, there's like these little balls of black energy that shoot out into every single person's eyes perfectly.
What
and I'm
the
going
fuck?
to use my Eyes of the Night feature. Everybody gains 300 feet of dark vision
Fuck yeah.
for the next hour.
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
so sorry.
So
just
extended dark
Galen
vision.
fucking with Leon there made me lose it. Okay, so everyone's got extended dark vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lucat.
Gris is just like blinking rapidly, like
Yeah. Ari makes a show of like rubbing their eyes, just like.
I turn to
Leon's like-
Leon and just go like, "Are my eyes like yours now?" And sort of like just blink.
Leon is like, I don't think that's how it works.
Are you
Gris
sure?
just frowns at Galen, like cut it out.
she goes, I mean, like, we could, maybe they're like a little extra blue, a little extra bright. Leon's like trying to bring a little bit of attitude. You can like see further now.
Mm.
But no, you don't have this.
Oh, good. So I'm not scary. Cool.
Yes, you're still normal. I'm the only
Great.
one with wings and this. And then she motions to her arms and this.
Okay, Gris is like, do those itch, by the way?
No, they just like feel like skin.
Yeah, it's just part of you. I mean,
Leon looks at him and is
look
like,
at me.
right. The armadillo.
My
Chris
nose
is like,
not
but yours
normally
is
this
like
long.
all over.
Oh, mine's all over too. You just don't see all of it.
Oh.
Can you like curl up into
Okay,
a ball and like roll around? Is that a thing you can do?
I haven't done that in a while.
So you
But
can
probably.
do it.
Is
Yeah,
it
I'm
a more?
flexible.
Is it a faster? Is it a faster mode of locomotion? I need to know.
Not really. Surprisingly, when you are a ball, you don't have any way to push off the ground. So I have to be like at the top of a hill, and then I go, and I can roll down the hill. But otherwise, it's just kind of a waste of my time.
I sort
can
of
push
lean
you.
over to Ari and just go like, "Do you want to play football?"
Please, no. I get
Okay.
nauseous really easily.
Leona's like, let's not.
Gris is like fidgeting with the belt at her waist, and she's like, so anyways,
We should get your soul back.
Yeah.
as much as I would like to talk about armadillos and also turn into an armadillo among, I can do that. Yeah, and she walks over to Ariadne and like taps them on the arm and it's like,
Yeah.
oh please.
I kneel back down and hold out like my forearm to make a step.
Gris clambers up again and rolls for perception, looks around to see if there's anything that's pulling her in any direction.
All right, roll for it.
All right.
Oh, you got a 4?
1 plus
Can I
3,
also roll for
4.
perception?
Yeah, let's start with Gris. You tried to kind of take a look around. I'm so sorry, I just burped directly in the microphone. Hi, everybody. We're thriving today.
Well, we're in a tavern, so it's okay.
Oh god, you're right. Okay, so we you sort of like take a look around, and you find that despite Tifine's sort of blessing on your eyes, you are kind of unable to see that well still from crying so much. Which actually just kind of frustrates you more. Everything's pretty blurry, and you're not doing too hot.
Okay.
I rolled 16 plus 117.
Leon, as Gris takes a look around from Ariadne's shoulders, you take a moment to kind of look around too. You go so far as to do like a little bit of prestidigitation and kind of get like a torch going. You notice a cold breeze. It sort of cuts through the entire party and through the clearing itself. It brings the glowing embers of the dying fire to life for just the briefest of moments and sort of throws everything into harsh relief in this bright golden orange light. And in this light, you're able to see just at the other side of the edge of the forest, sort of hidden in the trees, a small opening, maybe 4 feet tall. Tall enough for someone quite short to walk through. It looks to be some sort of path carved out of this incredibly thick underbrush. And it's very nearly obscured by foliage. You'd have to really be looking for it to see it.
Leon kind of like squints and looks at Gris and says, I see something U-shaped over there.
Gris kind of rubs her eyes and like also kind of squints, and she's like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not seeing much. And she's like, Ariadne, I know I just got up here, but will you let me down?
I like Ari just like sighs a little bit where it's just like, yes, okay. And puts them down.
Gris kind of, as she gets to ground level, kind of squeezes Ariadne's hand, knowing that like she's been using her friend as a step stool. Like, I still love you, Ari. And Gris kind of heads over in that direction to see if she can make out what Leon is pointing at.
All right, do the rest of you follow?
I'll follow right
Yeah.
behind, considering I was just holding her hand.
And
All right, so...
Bung
I also
brings up the
follow.
rear.
Last.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so Leon and Mung are both trying to be last in
Well,
the group here.
I mean,
Bung is
like,
very slow.
Leon's
so
just
is
like
Gris.
uncomfortable. So like Mung starts to go, and Leon is like, "This is not usually how I operate. I'm usually that. It's that we're not just." And she's just like
I
motioning for
only
him to
move
go.
fast for 3 things. The 3 L's.
Mhm.
This is none of them.
What are the three?
That's
What are
fair.
the three
L's?
L's?
Life,
Uh-huh.
love, and lust. And none of those are going on right now.
Okay.
Leon kind of puts her thumb up and is like, okay, I'll walk slow.
Gris kind of scratches her head and she's like, I feel like my life is at risk a little bit.
Yes, so
Leon
you
points
should
from
be
the
moving.
back. And she's like, kind of like, you don't give a shit, really?
Well, isn't Gris supposed to be the one leading?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So,
So
Gris,
we're going
you should
pretty
be
slow.
In front. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leon
So
hates this.
I'll be behind Gris.
Okay.
Not only is she at the back,
Ari's
but we're
just
walking
like
slow.
can't contemplate walking that slow all of the time. They're just trying to understand. They're just like, I could not.
Leon looks at Ari.
As we approach this,
Ari does not
entrance-
understand what Leon wants to say with the look, by the way.
Does Ari
This goes
convey
right
that
over
in their
head.
face?
Yeah, sure.
Leon casts message.
Oh no.
It's like, I was just making a comment about how we both thought it was slow. We look confused,
Oh, but you didn't comment though.
but I am now.
Mung,
Okay.
Mung casts message to Leon.
Mung can do that? Hell yeah!
You should you should share with the class.
Leon responds and is like, oh, this is fun and fresh. No one does this to me.
Oh my god.
Mung uses prestidigitation to like gently flick her ear.
Gris is still just like watching, like nobody.
Galen's got his arm crossed and it's just like tapping
Yeah.
his foot.
After
like-
feeling that, Leon casts message to Mong and is like, you can do that with prestidigitation.
Yes.
Ari's gonna look
Nice.
down at Gris and see, do they understand how much time passes in
Yes,
awkward
so-
silence?
It sounds like Galen has kind of realized that there's some kind of unspoken message thing going on here. I think that the more Leon has used message on you, the better understanding you have of like how long message works. So I would say
Mhm.
probably Galen has the highest comprehension of when people are using message because she harasses him nonstop.
Mhm.
Ari, you probably realize pretty well. Gris is kind of single-minded right now. I want to put that
Mhm.
out there.
I got a goal.
I got a new trick under my
Gris,
belt.
Ari, let's just start walking and let them. do
Oh, we're
this.
still
Yeah.
walking. You can walk and
Mhm.
cast message at
Oh,
the
we're
same
walking?
time. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
this
really
is a
slow.
walk and talk type of sitch.
Okay.
Mhm.
Gris doesn't respond, but gets
Mhm.
close to the clearing. Can I do like an investigation check or like a magic check or?
You can do investigation. I think that's a good
Okay.
check for this.
No whammies, no whammies. 18 plus 2, 20.
Go.
Nice. So you can see you as you approach, you notice what Leon has been pointing to. It is this sort of 4 feet high at max, sort of almost tunnel cut into this incredibly thick foliage. You poke your head in for just a moment and see that the path is very narrow. Your party's going to have to walk one at a time, single file.
Mm-hmm.
And that the foliage around the side is thick and spiny. So if it grabs at you, it's definitely going to cut you.
Mhm.
The branches of the trees overhead grow very low and are also sort of unfriendly. You can't really recognize them right off the bat, but you do think that touching them would be probably a bad thing.
Okay.
However, it does appear to be the only place you can go.
And so we would have to like hunch or like through this
Like
though,
crawl
right? You
through
said it
it?
was like 4, yeah.
I mean, it's 4 feet. I can think of 2 people who aren't gonna.
Yeah, I
have
was
to
like, we
crawl.
can walk. Me
Yeah.
and Mom can walk through it, but the rest of y'all might have to crawl.
Mm-hmm.
How tall am I again?
Can I,
I
make
believe you're
a
5'11".
Yeah, I'm
a
almost
religion or like nature check or something on this to like try and identify what's going on here?
Yes,
Is this
absolutely.
like natural? Okay, what sort of check should I make?
So, do you want to know if it's natural for the dream world or like what it is?
For the dream world,
We're gonna do religion or arcana check. You can choose which one.
we're going with religion.
All right.
Oh, that's not great. 8.
It's the dream world. weird shit happens here. You're not familiar with this
Okay.
particular thing, but you lived in a nice sort of abode with a beautiful goddess, so you weren't really wandering around spiny parts of the forest.
Leon looks at this.
Wait, so only Gris has seen it.
Oh.
You're still behind with Mong, who's taking
Oh, okay.
sweet time.
Okay. Yes.
So question.
Answer?
Yeah.
How wide is it? Like, could Gris and Mong walk through it without touching stuff if they were careful?
Yeah, so like a person can pass through, but two people can't pass through at the same time.
Gotcha. But there's no risk for like Leon, who has wings on her back.
There's
What
definitely
a
risk.
fun question!
Yeah.
No, that's in the notes. Leon, I don't know what you're gonna do with your wings. It's gonna be some creative problem solving on your part.
Yeah,
So-
so I have a few ideas. I just have to get there.
I have an
Witness
idea
it.
as well that I wanted to ask about before. Well, Gris will kind of move over and like point at it, and she's like, "So I think Mung and I can make it through, but the rest of y'all might have an issue."
I think we're gonna have
At
to
this
cut off
point,
your
Mong
You
wings,
can
You're
just
Leon.
right.
say me.
Oh my god, Galen.
Gris is like,
What is it?
I think
Galen,
we're
can
gonna
you
have to
repeat
cut
that?
off your wings, Leon.
Okay,
No!
maybe not.
No. Okay, and then side question for the DM.
Well,
I have
want it
bark.
for the player.
I have bark skin.
That's
but
a
tr-
spell slot.
Yeah, but traditionally it helps with AC, but it makes your skin rough and bark-like. Is it something that could maybe help a friend with dragon wings?
If you want to use a spell slot.
I mean, so can I before we do anything like that, can I please do an Arcana check?
Yeah.
So Leon has seen it. She also
Yes.
knows she has wings. 11 plus 6, 17.
Your wings aren't gonna fit in there that easily, babe. You're
Yeah.
gonna get pretty scratched up. They don't look particularly dangerous. It looks more like it's going to be uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't know.
Leon looks to the party and says, I have a few ideas. I
Okay.
can burn it down.
That probably won't work.
I have
Well,
a
what
feeling
if,
that's
what
what
if
we're
my
gonna
alternative
do.
spirit's
option.
inside of it?
Can I look up?
Do you have a neck?
How tall is it?
Roll insight.
So, what I'm guessing is that this is
16
made.
plus 5, 21.
It's tall, and you've only been able to fly a foot off the ground so far.
It's made for you specifically, Gris.
Well, should I just go ahead and maybe Leon or somebody I can talk to you like through message or something? And we
Oh,
can just
you're not
do
going
this?
alone. Leave you
Mm-mm.
alone in the dream world? Gris, what are you talking?
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I die.
Yes, that is in
Actually,
fact
that is.
the
Thank you
worst
for
that
pointing
could
out
happen.
exactly.
I mean, I've
Ari.
already done it once.
Let's not have a do-over then, shall
You're
we?
sounding a lot like me. This is concerning.
Good point, Galen.
Gris
Mhm.
kind of crosses her arms and is like, I'm allowed to be angsty.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you're not usually angsty, Gris. That's the issue.
Well, my soul is split into fragments and I just saw a daughter I can't have, so... sorry for
Exactly,
being
but
angsty.
I
Mom
say
also
your
mentioned that
angst
this
is
thing could be your
warranted,
anger.
but the fact is your angst could have deadly consequences.
Question for the DM.
Answer for the player.
How many layers is Galen's clothing?
So Galen's got on
I've got on chainmail, don't I?
he's got on chainmail and a chest plate, underneath which he presumably has some kind of tunic.
How many layers is Ari's clothing?
Ari's got cloth and like
More
do you
cloth?
have leather armor? No, you're unarmored.
No, I have to be
I have
Does
a
unarmed.
anybody have
I
a
have
scarf?
I have
You have a
linen
cape.
wraps.
Scarp, cape. Leon looks at Gris and is like, your cape.
Gris kind
Can
of
I
like
drape it over my wings.
floofs it out and then does like a twirl and like whips it off and she's like, absolutely. And hands it to, and she's like, actually turn around. And she like looks at Galen and Ariadne like, help me drape.
Is this
this
gonna
over her
work,
wings."
Jenny?
Bit small, isn't it?
Put it on and
Okay.
see what happens.
Leon kind of like gently like leans a little bit, but like not too much because she doesn't want to like lose her balance with these wings.
I'm imagining Gris has like twine or something in her rag.
No, you don't have any of the items from the real
No.
world.
Oh shit, you're right.
Question for the
So-
DM.
I have an answer, but first, Leon, you put on this cape, you fasten it around your shoulders, and as it touches your body, it disappears and reappears on Gris's body.
Leon goes, okay.
So I can't
Well,
take
I
that
have
off.
an answer for Lucat.
Yeah. So, being that Mung is very experienced in his dream world form and everything, how mutable is a person's form in the dream world? How much control do they have over their appearance?
Mm, practically none.
Okay. Yeah, you're kind of stuck. You're not going to be able to get in there with the wings. And you don't really have any way to get rid of them either.
well, can I get in? I'll just hurt myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Leon kind of like cracks her neck and is like, all right, I guess I'm gonna get scratched.
Gris just kind of like stiffens a little bit, and she's like, well, if I can't go alone, maybe just Mung and I go.
It's really
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I don't think we should split up.
It's
Also,
just a
I
little
can
scratch.
crawl.
Well-
I can make it so that we will at least be able to heal some of the wounds.
Oh, well, I can heal too, so let's just give it a whirl.
Well, allow me. This is my specialty. You're
Gris
going
is
to
like-
need to save your
Gris
energy.
is like, healing is my specialty, though.
Fight.
We have a short people fight going on. We're about to brawl.
Galen's sort
Mung
of, like,
takes his staff and
stretching.
starts to drag like it in the dirt around Gris, like drawing a circle around her.
Gris is like,
Shash.
so I'll go first. I'll go first. I'll just go first, and if anyone gets hurt, I'll heal you when you come out the other side. Good?
I'll cast Aura of Life with the circle I drew around Gris before she steps out of it.
Ooh, this
Okay.
is a good circle?
Yes.
Gris is like,
Aura of Life. Life-preserving energy radiates from an aura within 30 foot around you. Concentration 10 minutes. Living creatures regain 1 HP whenever they go down. Their hit point maximum can't be reduced. They have resistance to necrotic damage. So this should make it a little better.
So my
If you
hit,
die,
my
you
hit
won't
points
you won't die.
can't be reduced? Is that what that says?
Your maximum can't be reduced, so you can't have your
I
life
understand.
sucked.
It's all coming together. Okay. Okay.
Gris is
Leon?
kind of like, thank you. I thought we were gonna have like a brawler's ring or something. I was a little
It wouldn't be a
nervous.
fair fight. I actually have a soul.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of need that to brawl.
Leon goes,
We can settle this after everything's resolved.
Gris holds up the little orbs like on the belt, and she's like, I have part of a soul.
Well then, I can't split my soul. Sorry.
Gris
Wouldn't be a fair
chuckles.
fight.
It is like, I don't want to fight you. But
I don't really want to fight you either.
Oh my god.
So, can Gris enter the tunnel?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you are over 4 feet in height, you need to reduce your movement speed to 1/4 of its maximum while traveling through this tunnel.
Okay.
Jenny, don't make me do
Well,
that.
it's not permanent. You're
Or you
you're
cannot
crawling.
zoom.
No, I know. No, I said don't make me do math.
But it's okay because Gris probably wasn't going to go very fast anyways. So no, we can all just
Yeah.
inchworm our way through this.
Leon is gonna go
I'll
last.
follow Gris right behind Gris.
Okay, so we have Gris, then Mung, and then who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
All right, Galen.
And then I'll go after.
We're gonna start with Galen. Hey, Galen.
Yeah.
Can I get a dexterity saving throw, please?
Okay.
It should be good. This is, I believe,
Mhm.
you and Ari are gonna have
No.
some.
No.
No?
No?
9
Ooh.
This was a dex save. Wait, what's your dex modifier?
plus 6.
Rolled a
So
3.
roll the
again.
3.
Roll it again. Well, I'm not letting that happen.
Okay.
That's dumb.
I rolled a 6, so 12.
All right,
Don't kill
so
me.
A little better.
you crawl through, and as you crawl through, you can feel like the thorns digging into your shoulders, but they get
Mhm.
kind of caught on the chainmail and aren't really able to do much more than just give you like really superficial scratches. Ariadne, let's get a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That's a 16 plus 9, 25.
Oh, heck yeah.
Ariadne, you do get scratched a little bit because of the thinness of your clothing, but you move so quickly that you find yourself having to wait for Galen to crawl ahead of you. You're actually crawling probably faster than Gris is currently moving, walking.
Yeah.
Which is just kind of rude, really. Galen, do you have any... Okay, Ari is now, like, right behind you as you're crawling through this tunnel.
You comfortable back there?
I'd be more comfortable if you hurried up.
I'm trying.
Can Gris hear
I'm a
them?
somewhat large fellow.
Can Gris hear them talking back there?
You can kind of hear it. You can hear, like... You could hear Galen say something and Ari retort, and then Galen retort back.
Gris is like, okay. She just screams.
Yeah, I'm just gonna answer it. That sounds like a you problem, and then hear Gris and go, yes, or fine.
Okay.
Could be better. And under my breath, I'm like, could be better.
Gris is like, has Leon come through yet?
All right, Leon.
So
baby.
before Leon enters in, I feel like she would just kind of like look at her wings and be like, don't fuck me too hard on this. And then like try to tuck them in a little bit as much as she can. As much as you can tuck in wings that you just got about an hour ago. And then she like just like gingerly tries to start crawling through, knowing that this is gonna fucking hurt.
Let's have a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, please.
Good. Good. Okay. I want everyone to understand that my modifier is +0. I rolled a 12 and a 19, so that's a 12.
All right, you get a 12. Not only do you not have armor like Galen does, you also have wings. As you crawl through, you feel the thorns catch at you, and one of them rips pretty deep into your arm, enough that it's bleeding.
Yummy.
And it hurts. You're also moving very slowly, and you emerge on the other side of this tunnel a good 3 minutes after Galen and Ari. They're standing there with Mung and Gris, kind of staring at the entrance of this tunnel, or the exit to this tunnel.
Well, my spell is only really effective if you stay within 30 feet, so unfortunately, I don't think you got any benefits from it.
Leon stands up, brushes her clothing off, and kind of like stretches out her wings, I guess, because that was probably like uncomfortable. And then goes, yes, kind of the least of my worries.
Are you okay though?
Yeah, I'm good. Just a little cut. And she looks at the cut.
Is it just a little cut? Gris is gonna mom for a sec.
Medicine check.
Mung will dad and like look over Gris's
15
shoulder.
plus 7, 22.
Mom, do you also want to roll a medicine check?
Yes. This is how we fight.
Does anyone else want to roll a medicine check?
I do.
11
Everyone.
plus 14,
I never get to.
25.
Are you rolling 11 plus how much?
22?
Fit 14.
Oh
And Ari got an 18. Okay,
Don't
so
worry.
Gris, you're
14.
Leon, you're kind of
Oh my
Galen
God.
got a 14.
What the fuck?
Okay. So you're standing there and you're dripping blood from your arm. Mung and Gris approach you in unison and both pull you down by that arm to be on their level.
God. Leon's like,
and-
okay.
Get out of here!
They're both
Your
like
bed.
stretching out the wound, trying to get a good look at it. Ariadne peers around from the side and is kind of looking at it real close too. And Galen comes over and jams a finger in it for good measure, just to see what happens.
Hey, you're just gonna make it worse.
When they
I fill it
when
with
they
water.
pull Leon's arm down, I look down at Gris and I'm like, I thought your bedside manner would be better.
Mine?
I don't know. I'm cuddly.
Gris is like, what? Galen just stuck his finger in it!
I cleaned it.
It's true.
Was that
So
fresh
he,
water or salt water you produced?
It's
Oh my
fresh
God.
water.
Oh, no.
Well, technically, wouldn't it be salt water?
Galen,
Isn't
if you
it-
use salt water, that actually is going to do +2 HP to Leon. Leon, you lost 5 HP from this.
Oh,
Okay, then
Galen-
that's salt water.
Galen, yeah, salt has antibacterial properties, so he gives you +2.
Leon kind of like pulls her arm away and is like, I'm fine. And she uses to heal the remaining 3. Or no, is there something else, Jenny, before I do that?
So the other two rolled very highly.
Okay.
Actually, everybody
Okay.
rolled decent checks here.
I will let it
Two
be
of them
then.
rolled ridiculous checks. So Mung and Gris seem very interested in this cut. Ariadne, you've managed to see that there's a cut there, but you didn't get to get that close because when you leaned in and you were like, oh, that doesn't look great, suddenly there was a goblin armadillo head in your way and you really couldn't see around it. Galen, after jabbing your finger in it, you've sort of lost interest.
Don't
But
get a hero, Leon.
Mung and Gris, you notice that the blood coming from her arm is not red. It is golden.
Gris is like,
Mm,
golden blood?
what?
What? Why
For
are we
golden-
talking about the prophecy again?
How?
Gris
What?
like wipes a little bit outside of the wound on her finger and like holds her arm up to Leon and is like, golden blood?
Oh, it's like pretty.
Yeah, it's your blood. This is inside you, by the way.
That's weird. And she kind of like looks at it and is like, that's weird. Gonna be honest.
And Gris looks at Mung
Things
like,
are getting progressively weirder.
have you seen this before?
I have a theory,
Okay.
but I want to try something.
Leon is
um,
nodding, like, please
Mm.
elaborate.
I'm going to hold on. How can I
no.
cast this spell?
Oh god. Leon's watching Monk
Are you-
as he's
are you
doing
look-
this,
yeah.
like, are you gonna tell me what you're gonna do before we
Gri-
do it? Or are we
Gris
just
is
gonna
like
do it?
rubbing the blood between her fingers and like
Is it
she's like,
blood?
is the viscosity different? She's like,
If
my
you
God.
give me 1 minute, I
Okay.
can answer a question.
like a whole minute?
Yeah, I need 1 minute. Or actually, I could do this. Hold on a sec. Right. Mung starts to like sit down on the grass just next to the blood. He gets into his pouch and pulls out like a pinch of incense. As tosses it up in the air and casts divination. I get to ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
That's
I'm
fun.
going to-
Worm?
I'm going to ask the GM, in this case, Jenny,
I'm ready.
is Leon becoming a gold dragon? And you get to answer, Jenny, truthfully, but it can be short phrase, cryptic rhyme, an omen. It doesn't have to be a simple yes or no answer.
Mm. A dragon? Yes. Gold? Yes. But not both.
All right. Mung slowly raises his head back up after having heard a voice, I assume, in his head.
Yes. Wait, hang on. Mung, I'm gonna do this for you one last time.
All right.
A dragon? My servant?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
Gold? Yes, my love. What about both?
oh.
Gris kind of like side eyes Mung, like, you good?
Oh. Ah.
Leon is looking at everyone else in the party, like,
Galen sees
What is-
an
what is-
excitable
Oh, that
goblin
was-
and just instinctively reaches for the trident on his back.
Stop that. You.
Okay.
The goddess has spoken to me.
A goddess?
I have
Your
learned-
goddess? Tafine?
Tafine has spoken to me for the first time in 200 years. I think I have the right to be a little excited. But also,
absolutely.
We have
Take
some
your
problems.
Oh
Um,
no.
You're becoming a dragon.
I'm sorry, what?
I
You're
mean,
gonna become a dragon.
I feel like
that's
that was
kind of obvious.
But also, you're becoming gold.
What?
But
Like-
not a
dragon?
gold dragon.
Not a gold dragon.
Both
Like a
are true,
statue?
but separately. I was not given specifics.
Okay.
Simply that both are true. separately. You are both becoming gold and becoming a dragon, but not a gold dragon.
A red dragon?
What
color?
Leona's nodding. Leona's nodding. Just nodding. She's not
So
really
this
saying
is-
anything. And she's not stopping. Like, she's just nodding. Like, uh-huh.
So this is your blood.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
nothing technically wrong with it.
I mean,
Since
other
you
than
seem
the
to
color?
be the color is the color. You're alive. You're healthy-ish. You're half dragon, so like shit's already weird. You know, at the end of the day, we should cut you when we get back into the real world to see if your blood's gold there too.
But
That
delicate.
would really.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like the next step here?
The
I'm a
next
bit
step is to
lost.
test to see if it's dream world, if it's just the
Okay.
dream world that you're changing, or maybe if it's the real world too. And if you're changing in the real world, then you might want to make plans for which statue museum you want to go into once you fully convert.
Okay. Leona's like, ooh, that sounds however lovely that sounds.
And or for whatever cause you might encounter again. Maybe we should just if it's not in the real world, I say we stay there. I say we call it quits. I say we've had our adventures in the
We had
dream
our
world. We get
adventures in the
Gris's soul
yeah.
back, and then we just leave it lie. Let the sleeping dog lie.
Leona's
Sleeping
like,
dragon,
Why
apparently.
are we here? Because we're here to get my soul so I can
Mhm.
dream walk again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right,
like,
I
Last
we're
don't
gonna
think
come
it's
back.
possible.
Leon didn't have
Oh.
wings last time we were here, so this is a
It's
new
escalating.
thing.
It's escalating.
so Gris
you
is
know-
gonna tear off part of her cape and like walk over to Leon and just like do a rough like bandage, and she's like, just in case this means something here, let's just cover it up.
Oh, before Gris does that, Leon goes, oh, that's not necessary. And she uses 3 points from her lay on hands pool to heal it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Gris holds part of her cape and she looks and she's like, I tore my cape.
I'm
Rafield's
sorry.
gonna be so mad.
I don't think it's the actual cape.
Gris just sighs and she like wraps it around her own wrist and ties it like to keep her later.
No.
So we're in the clearing, right? I guess we should maybe do some perception checks.
Yeah, I would like to roll
seeing
perception, please.
what the heck is here.
All right, who would like to roll perception?
Me.
I rolled a 20.
18
Damn.
plus 1, 19.
I rolled a 10.
Yeah, 4 plus 6, 10.
All right, we're gonna give Galen. While everyone else is fussing over Leon's blood, Galen is listening, but also kind of taking the opportunity to get his bearings. Galen, you sort of know from your life experience that every time you get someplace new, you should look around, or else you're gonna get jumped. You know this as you're usually the one doing the jumping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you take a moment and you look around. You're standing in another clearing. It's quite lovely, though you can't see the stars here. It's all sort of overgrown.
Mm-hmm.
The trees up top are arching over you. However, just sort of almost nestled in the trees is what looks to be a small cottage.
In the
It's-
trees?
Not in the, like, it's nestled, like, against the trees. Along
okay.
the edge
So
of the
it's not
clearing.
like a tree house.
No, this is
Okay.
just a cottage. It's made from timber, and it's cozy, exceptionally cozy. It's a little overgrown with ivy and other climbing vines. The landscaping is largely unattended and spontaneous, with patches of wildflowers and clusters of clover, sort of turning like the 10 feet in front of the home into just sort of this carpeted, colorful sort of mess.
Is there any light coming from the windows or anything?
Hang on. We're
Sorry.
getting there. Alongside the home is what appears to be a carefully constructed chicken coop. You don't see any chickens.
Okay.
There is a warm golden light glowing in one of the cottage's windows. As you're kind of taking this in, making a note of it, Gris, you turn around and exclaim out loud, because this is your home in Dreamer's Grove that you share with Reese.
I thought so.
So Gris and Galen are aware of it. Leon, you did roll a very good perception check. Unfortunately, your thoughts are occupied.
Oh, yeah, I'm a bit distracted.
So I imagine Gris is like excited to see something so familiar, but a little concerned because it's so overgrown, because Reese would probably never let the house get in disrepair. She's like, oh, the wildflowers and moss are kind of a nice touch, because Gris would love that shit. Reese would probably be like, this is our house is gonna mess with the integrity of our home. So she kind of is like, she would like walks a little bit closer and sees Galen eyeing it, and she's like, that's our house.
It's yours.
That's my house. Yeah. Well, she kind of looks around. She's like, I guess it's not really my house, but that's what my house looks like in Dreamer's Grove.
Oh,
This
nice
looks
house.
like part 2.
Chris kind of like
It
looks
is
back at
you-sized.
Galen, can you repeat what you said? I couldn't quite hear it.
It's a nice house,
Thanks.
but it looks like there's somebody in it.
Gris kind of squints and is like, what do you mean?
Don't you see the light coming from the window?
Oh. She looks closer and she's like, oh, gosh. I guess maybe this is maybe it's Reese. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's Reese's brother. And she's like, but I feel
Could it
like
be
we gotta
Nyx?
go. Oh. I guess next.
I'm sorry, it's the only other person I remember you mentioning.
Maybe it's one of the chickens.
I thought we were listing possibilities.
No, Gris is like, no, you're right. Nyx could very well be at my home. She's like, I do have like a cellar with lots of healing potions and salves.
A cellar?
And well, you know, like a underground, we dug a hole out kind of thing.
You think Nick stay in the cellar?
No. She just would go and get stuff there. And Gris is like, it doesn't matter. Let's go look. Is there anything else around besides the cottage? Like anything else to?
No, it's just a clearing. Yeah, I think that. So you haven't picked up on a few things. You haven't really noticed that there's no chickens in the coop. But everything else feels very familiar.
So she probably walks forward without really paying much mind, I would imagine, because it feels comfortable. So I think she just starts walking. Maybe doesn't even say anything
Can I roll
other than
insight
what
to see
she's
if
already
there's
said
any,
to
like,
Galen.
suspicious activity going on?
Yeah,
I feel like this might be a trap. Okay.
It probably is.
18 plus 5, 23.
It feels weird. There's something a little bit off about it, but you're unable to place if it's due to the dream world or if it is in fact a trap.
Okay. Hey, Gris, maybe don't walk ahead too far.
Gris kind of stops for a second, and she like kind of turns around and looks at Galen, and she's like, okay, sorry, I don't know. It's
Do
got
you
kind
think-
of
I don't want you
Well-
getting snatched. That's all.
just
As
gotta
think it's a
Leone
trap?
hears that, as Leone hears them both say that, she just uses her divine sense to see if she can sense. You can detect good and evil. I can sense anything affected by a hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. That's not behind total cover.
Totally neutral.
Okay.
Are you gonna say anything? Or
I've
no?
been a little suspicious since Mung mentioned that your anger has the potentiality to manifest here. So I think we should be a little bit more careful.
Gris kind of like scratches her neck for a second, and she's like, well, I'm not really angry anymore.
But you were.
Anymore?
Well, I mean, I'm feeling a lot of emotions, to be honest. Like, I'm not just angry, or I'm not just sad. I feel like I'm just going through a lot. Like, I felt happy, I felt sad, I felt angry that that I got to meet this daughter, and then she was gone, and then she's part of my soul, and the fact that I even have to go find parts of my soul. And then I was sad when she said that Reese was dead, and I don't know, it's just a lot. Like, it's just kind of a weird alternate reality, and everything's different.
It's a dream.
I know that, but it's just kind of taking a bit of a toll, but we can...
Just because it's a dream doesn't mean it doesn't affect you.
Yeah. But
Or we wouldn't be here in the first place.
But we can go slow. We can just kind of check it out as we go. We'll just kind of go together.
Can Mung also make an insight check on this?
Yeah, Monk can make an insight check on this.
All right. Feel like there's enough justification for that now. 35.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh
What
my
are your modifiers are insane.
Is it like plus 16 to insight or
Plus
something?
19.
This man's so good. This is
So
insane.
you sort of take a look around. The house doesn't feel right to you, but it does feel like it's necessary to enter it in order to progress at all. You do sense that it's dangerous. You get the same sort of vibe that Galen got, where you're not sure if it's a trap or if it's just like a dream world thing. It's very different from anything you've encountered.
Okay. All right. Well, you're going to have to go in one way or another.
Well,
So
should
let
I,
me
like...
give you this. Just a little guidance of Tafine, and I'll just give you guidance. You get a plus, or you get to add a d4 to any one check you make in the next 10 minutes, something like that.
Okay. So I guess Gris is gonna walk as close as she can, and then she's kind of like, do I knock on the door? Do I just go in? It's my home.
So you're home. Enter.
Would you knock in Dreamer's Grove?
No, but this isn't Dreamer's Grove, and there's clearly somebody inside.
Yeah, but it's your house. Maybe it's you. And then
Can
the
I,
minute
like-
Leone says it, she's like, maybe it is.
Can I, like, stealthily enter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll for stealth.
Ah, yes. Gris.
Oh god, 3 plus 2,
Stealthy
5.
one.
So you're gonna walk through the door?
Yeah.
You make an attempt to sneak through the door, but sort of almost trip over the entryway. As you walk through the door, it slams shut behind you in the face of Leon, who's on the other side. The rest of the party's on the other side of the door.
Like,
You find yourself in a room. It is not the inside of your house. It is much smaller.
Okay.
It's about 10 feet by 10 feet with no doors or windows.
Is the door behind me still there?
There are no doors or windows, not even the door that you came through. As you get your bearings, you realize the walls are creeping in towards you. You have 2 minutes to get out of there. Let's go.
Oh god. Okay.
oh,
So there's no doors, no windows. Can I do a investigation check?
Roll for it.
You do have guidance.
5 plus 7, and then I roll an additional d4. Is that how it works?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You get to do it once, though, then it's done.
I'm just gonna go with the 7. Anything?
You see on the walls there are paintings of what appear to be you at various stages in your life, all within Dreamer's Grove.
Oh, then Dreamer's Grove. Any of them stand out?
No.
Okay.
Are there
Are there any plants and
Nope.
things like that in this home? Okay.
Are there any
Nope.
like loose stones or?
You can't. You're not
Wires.
in there.
We're not in
Oh,
there.
I'm not in there.
No,
No,
we're all
no,
outside.
just-
Can I
it's just
try and
me.
break down
This
the
is her
door?
personal hell.
Okay, so
no.
Yeah, Leone is trying to break down the door, but that's irrelevant.
Guys, I have a
because-
Chris, you have 1
Yeah.
minute. The room is
Oh.
about half the size it was when you first entered.
half the size. Okay, can I push against the walls? Can I touch the walls? Is there anything?
Roll a strength check.
God, I can't find strength. Oh, I have -1 for strength. 16 plus -1, 15.
You push a little bit. I'm going to add another 20 seconds to the timer.
Okay. I push a little bit and they just stop, or it just does it budge at all?
It stops momentarily, then continues to close in around you.
Okay. Do I have my staff?
You do have your staff.
Can I use my staff to like wedge between the two walls?
Strength
And-
saving throw.
Okay. 5 plus -1, 4. I'm going to use the D4 on this one.
Sure.
Plus 3, so 7.
Your staff snaps in half.
Can I cast bark skin on myself?
Sure.
All right, I got it. Can I do like a summon beast or something? Do something to
Go for it. Go, go, go.
Okay, I'm summoning a wolf.
Doe, you should look at the photos.
Okay, let's look at the photos. Can I look closer at the photos?
You need to look at the photos, yeah.
So you take a step towards the walls, and realize it was unnecessary. The walls are coming towards you. The wolf trapped with you is yelling in fear and pain as the walls. I'm so sorry. As the walls contract around you, and you snap just like your staff. The door swings open, and you see the broken, dead body of Gris Littlefoot and a wolf.
Oh my god.
In the room.
I'm dead.
Leon immediately
over
looks at
and
Mung and is
Go over to
like,
Gris.
"You said you're a healer. Can you do anything?"
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't. Monk snaps out of the shock. of
Leon's
this.
like immediately like, "Someone needs to." Yes.
I'm like there, like cradling Gris, like just like freaking out, just like looking for any sort of life.
Mung walks over quickly. This is one of the L's, and
Life. Yeah.
bends down to do a medicine check first. I want to see like how damaged is the body, and also, like, is it even feasible to revive her when she doesn't have a soul?
Leon is furious.
Those two things. What check should I make?
Let's do a medicine and a religion check.
All right, medicine is a 20 after I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Religion is a 9
Okay.
after I rolled a 4.
So, from a medicine standpoint, you take a look at her. It looks like maybe her neck is broken. She's got kind of bruising all over her body. So, like, she's definitely got a lot of, like, kind of physical trauma. As far as you can remember, it should be possible to resurrect her, but only to the point as far as she was alive before.
Okay. Then I will cast Raise Dead.
Do you, you don't need a...
Yeah, I have
Do
the
you
diamond, which I don't think I do.
Oh,
I probably left it back in the real world.
Maybe you should ask someone in the party if they have a diamond.
I have a diamond.
You see, Mung is like desperately scrabbling through his one pouch of like materials. Like, no.
What?
Anyone got a diamond? I need a diamond.
Leon goes, "Stop! Everyone stop!" And she's just like, "I need a moment of silence. I have a diamond." And she dives, her hand dives into her bag of holding, and she's like digging for something. She pulls out, it's an envelope. And she's like muttering to herself, she's like, "You know, Grandmama is not going to be happy about this, but I guess this would probably be a good reason for this to happen." And she pulls out a ring that was in the envelope, and she just kind of like hands it to Mung, like, "Take it."
Sorry. Go.
It's just of the appropriate value.
Leon
might
is offended that
be
you asked it.
The most priceless diamond you've ever seen, Mung.
Leon is like,
"Well,
"Did you
can I just
ask
interject?
if this was valuable?"
Yes. Ari,
Can we
you may
not argue
interject.
while our friend is dead? Thank you.
Ari?
Garen's like on borderline of tears. He holds his like second mother with a broken neck in his arms, just like, "Hello."
What was Ari gonna say?
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, okay, if you say so. Then Mung will take the ring, and attempt to pull the diamond out of it because it doesn't really need the gold part of it. Pull that out and take the diamond, plop it like right on Gris's forehead, kind of push it down a little bit, and then begin to cast the spell of Raise Dead. So, assuming everything goes according to plan, and Gris, you are willing to rejoin your body, you are returned to life with 1 HP. All mortal wounds are restored, so your neck kind of awkwardly snaps back into place.
Oh my god.
The bruises and things, more or less, I'm assuming we hear a lot of bones re-knitting themselves and like unsnapping themselves.
Ari's gonna have taken a couple of steps back, and they're gonna say a silent prayer to Sylvanas in an angry, "Don't you fucking dare," basically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
So do I still have my max HP, or is 1 now my max?
You still have your max HP, but you
Okay.
come back to life with only 1 HP total.
Okay.
Other downside, you have a -4 penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks for the next 4 days, with that decreasing by 1 per day.
Okay.
Yeah. Because being dead is a lot.
Damn. Okay. So
Galen's just like in tears. Just like bawling his eyes out.
So Galen is crying, Ari is praying. This is basically like the two signs of the apocalypse right here.
I guess
Ari is taking steps back and is half dissociated. Like, nope, this isn't happening.
Thank you.
Don't you dare fuck Sylvanas.
Welcome back.
Gris kind of opens her eyes, and she's like, "How did you get in
I
here?"
haven't done that in a long
happened?
time.
Wait, Gris, roll a d6.
Okay.
Roll for the afterlife.
Oh.
2.
Alright, Gris, for a few brief moments, you were in a beautiful clearing surrounded by golden butterflies and large stag deer that came up and drank water from your hands. Alright, go ahead, Mung.
Mung kind of like leans back on his haunches and like puts a hand on your shoulder, Gris, as you're still down, says, "Welcome back. Your thread was cut, but I have asked the goddess to knit it back together for a moment. You may feel a little tired for a
Gris
while."
kind of like rubs her head, and she's like, "I was in a clearing? You guys were
And
Hey.
it killed you?
Afterlife? Was this before or after your neck got broken?
My neck was... Oh.
And
Gris.
why is there a wolf, Gris?
So... Well, I panicked.
Okay. This is why we don't go alone. And Leona's just like trying
Y'all
to
were
like
right behind
normalize
me.
everything.
You were right behind me. I walked
But
into
imagine
the
if we
room.
weren't right behind you, Gris.
You weren't. I walked into the room, and the door was gone, and there were no windows, no other doors. There were photos. Should have looked at the photos.
Of what?
But the walls were closing in,
Oh my god.
and so I tried to. And she looks at her staff, which I imagine is broken on the floor, and the wolf, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She's like, "It wasn't a real wolf, though." But it's so sad.
It's a fey wolf, actually.
And she's like,
So
I tried to stop the walls from closing in, so I used my staff, and then I thought maybe like a big animal, but the biggest animal I could think of at the moment was a wolf.
Okay.
Like maybe I should have gone bear.
You know what?
And-
All that matters is that you're okay.
Am I?
You're alive.
You're alive.
Exactly.
alive.
Galen.
Ish, like you were before.
We still need to
But-
get your soul back.
Do I
Yeah,
still
I'm not
have
really sure. Where
that
is
piece
it?
of my soul?
You look down at your belt.
Oh god.
2 of the balls glow back at you, filled with silvery mist.
Wait. Grace kind of like hikes it up like towards her boobs, and she's like, "I have 2 now."
So you had to die to get part of your soul back? Did you have some like really like just like self-hatred going on when you were younger or something, Gris? Because that's like a really dark turn for your soul to take.
I mean, 10 minutes ago, she was like, well, maybe I can just die again. It's no problem. Like,
Angst
This
predictions.
is why we don't talk about that stuff, Gris.
I just
Also, I don't have
You
my
mean- I
diamonds
buy-
with me. and I don't know how many more diamonds we have, so
Diamonds.
we can't just have you die to get your soul back every time.
Yeah, that was the only diamond. It was
You
my
used
grandmama's ring.
your grandmother's ring to bring me back to life. What a waste.
Yeah. Oh no, no,
Excuse
it wasn't
you?
a waste at all.
yeah.
Actually,
But that's
I
worth so much money.
Ariadne,
Diamond-
go for it.
what was
I
I
was just gonna say, I crouched down to Gris, and I'm like more serious than Ari generally tends to be, but I'm like, but still somehow in that like same tone of listen, I vibe with nihilism as much as the next elf, but and I like just take Gris's face in my hands, and I'm like, I prayed for you.
To Sylvanas?
Well, he's
For
the
me?
only one I know.
I think that would fucking break Gris. So I'm sure she's like
Some
rosy red, tears down cheeks, and probably like hands over Ari's hands, and she's just like, Ariadne. And then she probably just like rushes towards you to give you like whatever kind of hug she fucking possibly can.
Okay,
And
Ari
just
gives
says
it
thank
back.
you.
Maybe squeezes a bit too tight, maybe hurts you a bit, but is trying to be careful with your newly reanimated corpse.
Gris kind of like rubs her arms a little bit. She's like, I don't feel very good.
No, I don't expect you would.
You'll
do
be
I
experiencing these effects for a while.
Do I know that
unfortunately.
I have like no HP?
You feel
Is
like
that-
shit. You feel
Yeah.
like you just got the shit kicked out of you. Like a bear mauled you and you barely survived.
Can I cast? I'm gonna cast Balm of the Summer Court, so it's not in action, and I'm gonna use like, let's see, each one is a D6. I'm gonna use like 5.
Okay.
So 5 D6s. How do I save 5 in here? 2, 3. There we go. 17. So I get 17.
Oh, that's so many bad rolls in a
Oh
row.
my god.
Holy shit!
Oh wait, do I have to do the -4?
No, that's
It's not an
a-
attack roll.
Well, it's
Okay.
a heal.
It's
but
not
you're
an
not in
attack. It's
combat.
attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Oh, no,
For the
then
-4.
you're good. You're
So
good.
18. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do I need to use my like big fancy?
Leon, aren't you a paladin? Isn't this like your whole thing now? And Galen sort of like gestures to Gris.
I can also give you a little bit more energy back. Paladins,
like,
young man,
cuts.
are not exactly healers. They're more so the hands of their gods. And honestly, look at her. She's a
Gris
force
is
of
like, no.
destruction.
I'm gonna cast heal, which gives me 70 hit points automatically.
Perfect.
Okay.
Save me the trouble.
Yeah.
While Gris is trying to take care of herself, can I go and like gingerly grab her staff and just sort of look at it sad and just like stressed because it's Gris's staff and I'm just like holding it together. I'm just like, maybe if I just keep it like this, it will be fine.
Oh, does Gris notice after she heals herself that Ari's clutching the staff, or is she
I
still?
I would assume so, or
Okay.
yeah.
Gris kind of walks over to Ari and says, "It's not my real staff. It's okay."
And they like let it like fall back into 2 pieces. And I'm just like, but you still need it, don't you?
Gris is just kind of. She's like, "Well, I'm sad to see it broken, but it'll be okay."
Oh, okay.
And she's like trying to convince herself as much as she's trying to convince Ariadne. Like, this is fine. Everything's fine.
Mung looks down at it, says, "It's part of you, but it's a part that can heal. It's superficial. You and your friends have noticed a lot of changes when you've entered the dream world. The dream world adjusts as you adjust in the real world. When you come back, the wounds will have healed and your staff will be whole once more. Or maybe it won't even be a staff. Maybe it'll be something cooler, like a snake staff.
Or wings.
Or wings.
Oh, yeah. Wings too.
Maybe a sword
is
the
it
length
dark
of your
in here?
body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what does it look like in here now? Like, I guess, is it
Yeah.
an actual house? Is it?
So the house sort of, it's still just the room. The paintings on the wall, Gris, that you'd noticed before are now gone. It's just an empty room. In the corner, however, which was not there before, is a chair, and you recognize it as the chair that you used to sit on, or in, when you realized that you were never going to be able to be a full member of the Circle of Dreams, and you would watch Reese study. And it's kind of where you felt the most trapped in Dreamer's Grove.
Gris kind of like walks over to the chair and like she thinks about sitting in it, and then just kind of changes her mind and just kind of like kicks one of the legs, I think, with her foot. Not like aggressively, but just kind of like a mindless kind of kick. And she just is like, oh, this is about that. Well, guess this part's over.
Any
Leave
more
this room. I hate it here.
I hate it here too.
Mm-hmm.
any more traumatic events you can think of, so we might, be aware of what's coming up ahead?
Stop you from dying. Again.
Gris is like, I feel like I don't know. I didn't even realize that this was traumatic, I guess. Maybe at the time. And now that, I died. By the way, thank you, Mung. I don't think I'd be here without you.
In many ways, yes.
Galen sort of like tearfully looks over at Mung and just mouths the words "thank you."
I cast message to Galen, and I say in a sensuous whisper, "You're welcome. I'm doing this because I know that you don't like this."
Galen sort of like grimaces. And is like he replies back. And he's like, "You know me too well already. Gross."
I message Leon. Did I do that right? Is that how you
Leo
get under his
messages
skin?
back. Yeah. You did.
Gris is just like
She's,
staring
like,
at this
nodding.
chair.
I message Gris. I'm messaging people.
You can do that? And she says that out loud.
He can. Leon says out loud.
Gris is like, no wonder why it was so quiet. I thought you guys were just like sad, but okay.
God,
So
every time I kill one of you off, I get like a good 30 minutes of messaging followed by 20 minutes of mage hand. I see how it goes.
Can we leave this hellhole?
Leon is
Door's open.
already heading out
Okay.
the door. She can't stand to be in the room where Gris was dead.
Mhm.
Yeah, Gris kind of follows after, and I think she probably clutches her cape a little tighter and gets a little bit more serious than she was before, and she's kind of like racking her brain trying to figure out what the next thing might be.
You exit the room, the house, and you find that where before there was a path, is now a rushing, raging river. It looks that you'll have to swim down it,
Oh no.
or perhaps you notice a boat that can fit maybe 3 people, maybe 4 if they're all, a couple of them are smaller sized, but definitely not big enough for everyone involved.
Is it still night?
It's still nighttime.
Okie dokie. Then I've got a solution, but we'll wait for that.
Leon looks at the boat, looks at the party, looks at Galen. Says, "You feel up to swimming? Because it won't fit all of
How
us."
wide is the river?
The river is
It was good
about
math.
15 feet wide, 20 feet wide. It looks to be very quick moving. It looks to be moving in the opposite direction than the way you need to go. The current appears to be moving against you. you guys want to perception check the boat, or do you just
100%.
trust
Yeah.
I want to perception.
I was like, I would
Yeah.
perception.
Without
So wait,
cause,
you
question, or
said
concern.
we know which direction we need to be going, and it's facing the wrong way.
Yes.
I rolled a 9.
An
15
8.
plus 1, 16.
Leon-
17.
Ooh, wait. So you got a 16 and a 17.
Mhm.
Leon, you asked Galen if he seems up to swimming. Galen, as you answer the question and sort of take a better look at the river, you notice a bigger problem. There's no oars in this boat. It's just a canoe with no way to move.
Okay.
Leon, there's no oars on that boat.
Yeah, that's a problem. I've never done boat things, so I wouldn't have noticed that.
Well,
that's actually
could
There
you
is
do
a
your-
length of rope, however.
Is Galen gonna pull the boat?
It's a solution.
Leon,
I
sees
just
the rope
asked
and
him,
says,
can't you do
"Galen."
your party trick?
I can't change the direction water is moving. I can only control it out of thin air, basically.
But
or
can you
created
pull
out
the
of thin
boat,
air.
Galen?
It's going real rivers really fast, you guys.
Fish.
I
I
know,
know
but
we'd be doing something
look
with
at-
rivers.
But
I'd
he's,
have prepared my spells for that.
but he's so thin. You know, like he can't carry.
But he's half fish.
I know, but look how fast the river's going.
Galen, how do you feel about it?
I'd feel better if I had more control over the water. I'm nervous to get in it because that's a strong current.
Is there
What if
anything
he had help?
in the boat other than
What
the rope?
There's
if
a length
I
of rope.
made it easier for you?
How?
I could cast a spell to reduce the effects of the river and its force against you, making you slip through it even easier. You'd, of course, still have to pull, but the force of the current wouldn't affect you nearly as much.
I'm fine with pulling. I just don't want anybody to get swept away.
How
I can
deep
fly.
is this river?
No.
Is there anything you can't do?
You'll have to find out.
Did you just say you can fly?
You're an armadillo and a
Lung
goblin.
uses his Step of the Night ability to levitate off the
Oh
ground.
my god.
Leon tries to
It
fly
just hovers
too.
there.
Oh.
Leon, athletics saving throw.
I thought so.
Not saving throw check. You can't do an athletics throw, but athletics check.
I think at this point, Gris is like probably sitting down.
That's a 6.
Leon, you can't even get off the ground currently. You flap your wings uselessly, and they nearly hit Galen, who manages to dodge them.
Leon's like, well, I tried. I need to be in the boat.
So this was my solution. I could just fly, make it easier for you to pull as well.
Well, what if we had 2 people pulling?
That's what I said.
Why not? That make it easier.
Who else is swimming?
Well, I could wild shape. I think. Can I wild shape?
How
here?
about we don't? How about no? How about no?
But
Leon is
bears
like,
stand in currents like this all the time
actually-
to get fish.
Actually, Gris, no. No, you just died. We're not playing any risky games getting you into water.
Yeah.
No, Leon like stomps her foot like a child and is like, that is not happening.
But what if this is another
I
part
think
of
we
like
should
a
let her
me
do it.
thing?
It's not.
Because I hate the water and I can't swim.
I
No.
roll insight on the river to see if there's anything like magical about it.
Yes, you can, Galen. What a good check.
15.
Galen, you take a look at the river. You realize that though the current seems fast from above, you kind of stick one hand in, and you can feel that the current's not nearly strong as it appears. It may be too strong to swim against if you're not a particularly strong swimmer, but you've definitely been in worse, particularly in the ocean.
Okay. I sort of turn to everyone and just sort of like very seriously, because I'm still like reeling from Gris's death again.
Yeah.
I sort of just say like, everybody in the boat, please.
Leon steps into the boat.
Galen, are you sure?
Get
Yes.
in the boat, Gris. Leon's pissed. She's like, we're not playing games with your life. Get in the boat.
Mung
Gris kinda-
levitates down a little bit next to her.
Gris reluctantly gets in the boat and kind of like puts her face in her hands.
You can fly or whatever it is you want to do. That's fine.
I'll just fly above the boat, make it easier for you.
Okay.
Leon pats the seat next to her and is like, you too, Ari.
I did.
Oh, I didn't hear you say you got in the boat.
But I do muse aloud, and we're certain we're not just meant to let it take us, right? Like that's.
Yeah, how do
That's
we
not
know
what
which
has to
direction
happen.
we're going?
What a good question. The river flows underneath the clearing, so it looks like it ends, but actually the water goes underneath the clearing. So the only real way to go that your bodies would fit would be in the other direction.
Gotcha.
Okay, is everybody in the boat?
Yep.
Okay, I take the rope that was there and I tie it around, like, you said it was a canoe, right?
Yeah.
So I tie it around, like, that front point that's there, and I sort of just, like, sling the rope over my shoulder, and then I just get into the river and start walking.
Hold on. Guidance.
Thank you, Mom.
Speaking of guidance, can we get a... Let me see. We're gonna make this athletics, but let's throw on +1 as well, and you can use your guidance if you want to.
Okay.
Oh, and you get advantage.
Leon is at the
Oh.
front of the boat, kind of like holding the rope, making sure that it doesn't move.
All right, let me roll that with advantage. Not any better than the first time. So, 14.
All right, so you got a 14. Wait, +1 is... I got it. I see 15. It said 15 for
that-
your first roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got a 15 plus 1 is going to be 16. Okay.
Okay.
So you actually are able to pull the boat somewhat easily. It's a little unwieldy, and you start out walking and realize pretty soon that you're going to have to swim. And you sort of tie the rope around your waist, and just go full fish man down this river.
Okay.
I wanted
for
to
it.
point out as well, Mung's fly only lasts a minute, so if this takes longer than a minute, he does have to hop back at the boat.
Okay.
It lasts longer than a minute.
All right, yeah, so Mung does eventually sit down next to Gris
Okay.
after like 20
After-
seconds, 30 seconds.
After a minute, Monk kind of like lands in the boat. It gets a little bit harder, but not particularly. However, Galen, you crest for air, and though you don't really need it, it's more to like look back at your friends. And as you do so, you notice something watching you from the bushes.
Oh, great. Okay.
You can't quite make it out, but you can make out a set of green eyes.
Cancelled.
Okay.
Thanks, I hate it.
Oh man.
Does Galen say anything about that?
No.
Oh my god.
Does anybody else notice?
Hey, mister!
Yeah, it sort of just stops.
Fishman!
Where's this
Mr.
coming from?
From the eyes.
From the
Kind of
eyes.
in, like,
Oh, okay.
like in through the underbrush. It's all you can really see next to the river.
Okay, so I sort of stop, and I'm treading water, and I just like look over at the eyes, just not really saying anything.
Did we all hear it?
I like your gills. No, you can't hear it over the river.
Oh. But we stopped, Gris.
We stopped, so I'm gonna call out. Are you all right?
Everything good, Galen?
Yeah, I just need a second.
Leon
And-
looks back at everyone.
Chris just shrugs and is like, you can
I
tell
just-
she's
yeah.
overwhelmed.
Ari just
like
looks
your
back at Leo,
boat.
just like he's doing a lot of physical effort if he needs a
As-
minute.
As Galen is talking, can Leon kind of lean just a little bit and look at him?
Yeah, you roll insight.
Okay.
I like your gills, mister.
18 plus 5, 23.
He's talking to someone. Or something.
Leon just watches for a little bit and listens.
I'll just say thank you.
Where are you taking that boat, mister?
Underneath the clearing.
Leon
Well,
casts
you're going the
message.
wrong way for that.
What do you mean?
Well, you can't fit underneath the clearing. You're going to the bad man.
Who's the bad man?
He's a bad man, mister. Are you not from around here?
What gave that away?
Your ears.
Hmm.
Also, you have teeth that are scary. You seem nice. I feel like we'd be friends.
That's very sweet of you.
Thank you. Mama says I'm sweet.
Is your name Lavender?
No, that's a
Okay.
stupid name.
Sorry, you sounded familiar. God, I don't want to like swim over to the eyes because that's just maybe putting everyone in danger.
Leon casts message and is like, "Who are you talking to?"
I reply back and it's like, there's a small child talking to me. But let's not make a big fuss out of it.
Leon casts message again. That would be why I cast message, Galen.
I can
Believe
never
it
be
or
too
not,
sure
this
with
spell
you.
is useful.
I can never
You-
be too sure.
Think a lot, huh, mister? And at this point, a head pokes itself all the way out of the bush. It's a little girl with freckles all over her big round cheeks. It looks like she's cut her upper lip. It's bleeding a little bit, kind of onto her mouth. She's got green eyes and a mess of auburn hair braided back into a very tangled braid that's sort of decorated with sticks. And she goes, "What's your name, Mr. Fish? Why are you here?"
Galen casts message. No.
Leon, can Leon see this kid now?
You
And
all
we
just
all-
saw a head poke out of a
Yeah.
bush.
Oh, we all saw it. Okay, damn it. Okay.
Is that part of your backstory there, Gris?
Leon goes, "Gris, is that you?"
Gris can she like clamber over to the side of the boat where this head has popped out?
You would have to you're gonna have to lean around the front around Leon and it's gonna be quite a bit of leaning. You can't quite get there. Galen's about 6 feet away from her.
Gris is like, describe who you're seeing, Galen.
It's
seeing you.
It's you.
It's you. Yeah, he's right. It's you.
What do you mean she's me?
With the-
She's old.
And everything.
Is your name Gris,
My
sweetheart?
name is Griselda
Griselda.
Littlefoot, and I am the Sentinel of Dreamers Grove, and I will not let you go through while the bad guy is there.
Is her lip bleeding?
Yes, her lip is bleeding.
You're gonna have Gris kind of leans back and like crosses her arms, and she's like, "You got your hands full, Galen. Have fun."
I sort of just like give a thumbs up back at Gris.
Tell her Griselda says hi.
Leon
Ari
looks
leans
at
down to
is
Gris
like,
and goes,
"Don't we need you?"
"Will a lullaby work on you?"
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I could just put her to sleep.
Well, why do you need to put her to sleep? She's probably trying to help. Why don't you just talk to her?
You should talk to her. This is your
Yeah.
history, isn't it?
Galen, get us closer.
I
So I can
swim
get out
over
this
to
boat.
the shore, but I still keep distance.
As you swim over to the shore, the little girl runs up to you, and she's like, "You don't look like the fish we have in the rivers, mister."
I'm not a river fish.
Well, then what kind of fish
No.
are you?
I'm an ocean fish.
Not again.
Ocean fish are different?
Mhm. They're more scary too, and I
Jesus
show my
Christ.
teeth again.
That sounds fake, mister. You seem real nice. I think we're gonna be friends. Who is that? Who's... And at this point, she's walking towards the boat. And Gris, before you can really react, she grabs your face with her hands.
Hi.
This is
Hello?
weird.
Hi.
This is very in character.
You really haven't
Did
changed.
you cut your lip on a thorn bush
Yes.
recently?
Yes.
You gonna go get it healed?
No.
You might want to put some pressure on it though.
No.
Clean it up a little bit.
No. I
Gris
think scars look cool.
Gris says, "I know," and she points to her own, and she's like, "Just take care of it, or it'll look worse." And she kind of winks at herself.
No. And she puts her hands on her hips and she's like, You're not telling me what to do. I'm telling you what to do. You're not gonna go to the bad man.
Who's the bad man? And why can't I tell you what to do? I'm older than you, after all.
Well, but you're me, and the only person who can tell me anything is Mama, and sometimes Reese, because he's smart. But I don't tell him that.
Is Reese with you right now?
Well, yeah, but he's shy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Did you tell them I was here, Gris? You told them? And like a little boy like tumbles out of the bush and he's like, why did you tell? Oh. You look like I know she looks like me because she is me, Reese. No.
Gris just kind of is like, she's just like shell shocked a little bit, like going back to her childhood, and she's like, so tell me about this mean man.
Oh. And like Reese gets all serious and he's like, he's the guy in charge of the Dreamers Circle. And he's mean because he keeps making us study when we want to go out in the woods and look for fairies. And dryads. One time I met a dryad. She was really nice. She was okay. She kept trying to get you to become a tree person. I would have liked being a tree person, I think.
Oh, goodness. So, someone from the village, then, who wants you to be studying. One of the elders?
Yeah, one of the elders.
Well, I don't think they'd be hurtful to us. I'm happy to study.
That's dumb. Do I get dumb when I get older?
No, you just learn some things.
I think most people will do.
Leon
I like
nods
your-
and is like, yeah.
I like the elf friend. I like you, elf friend.
They'll
I
become
like you,
good friends.
halfling friend.
I'm your halfling friend. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here.
Arya like scrambles awkwardly over like the bits of the canoe and over to her.
She gives you a hug like around your knees,
Oh.
and she's like, "You smell like forest."
I yes, I expect I would. I live there. And she tries like as she's hugging my knees, I like try and lean down. I'm like, I cannot hug this child, and you are squeezing me too tight, and I can't bend over at the hip and try and like pat her back.
Okay, well, me. Hey, wait. Little Gris. You talk to the wood elf. I need to ask Big Gris a secret question.
Oh.
Okay. And Gris kind of walks over away from her younger self.
Okay, old Gris.
Yes.
Do we get married?
Oh, I knew it.
Gris just beams down at young Reese and his tangled mop of hair, and she's like, do you really want to know?
Yes.
All I can say is you should keep doing what you're doing. And
Not being annoying?
no, just being there. Just be there.
But
For
you
young-
say I'm annoying.
Sometimes when you really like someone, you say they're annoying.
Well, that's dumb. But
It is dumb.
you promise that you really like me?
I promise.
Okay, little Gris. I love you, elf friend.
I love you, halfling friend. And I like pat her, like I'd stroke her hair. And I'm just like looking at Chris, and I'm just like, how are you even shorter? How are you? How did you used to be shorter than you are?
Chris is like, well, I've grown.
Okay,
She stands up.
so if you want to see the bad man because you're not afraid of studying, I'm
I'm a little afraid of studying, so I think you're onto something, you know.
I like your elf friend. I will take you and your elf friend and dragon lady and the fish with legs and the armadillo, and we will go to the bad man. What? That's what you're an armadillo. They roll up in balls, and when you scare them.
Gris is like, so this is why I should have studied more. And she kind of like
just let it go, Mung.
Yeah, she whispers.
Armadillo, that's what I said.
She kind of whispers to her young self and says, if you say it with a D, it's something different. So it's armadillo.
Armadillo.
Maybe we just don't say the word anymore.
But what if I see an armadillo in the wilds? What if I want to pick it up?
Leon looks at Gris and is like, just change the subject.
Anyways, so tell us about this. Take us there? You gonna take us right now? Or
to the bad man? Yeah,
to the bad man.
If Reese isn't a little baby, I'm not a baby. He's just scary. Reese is a baby. He's not very brave, but that's okay because he's a good friend. So I will lead you. Follow me.
Gris just kind of like tugs on like her collar a little, and she's like, "Yes, ma'am." Just follows her younger self. The rest kind of follow.
Galen just like throws up his arms because he's still in the river. He's like, "Okay." He unties
Leon kind
the
of
rope.
holds her hand out to help Galen out of the river.
Well, he unties the rope and is like holding it, and he takes Leon's hand and gets up out of the river, and he's like, "Do I just let it go?
Yeah,
Do I tie it?"
It's a dream world. I mean, like, I
It doesn't
think all
really
of this
matter.
Doesn't really exist exactly, Mung.
I'll just throw the rope back into
This
the
is
river.
all just kind of a concept.
Yeah.
We don't
If you want to
need
have
these
fun with it,
discussions.
there's
There's
it against
two,
the rocks.
there's two glitches. There's a lot happening. I don't want
Yeah,
to get.
it's a lot. Yeah. I have golden blood and wings.
Let's go see the bad man, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you meet the bad man, you have to be really quiet because he'll get really angry. And usually I just sneak by him so he doesn't notice. But you guys have to be really quiet, okay?
Okay. What do you mean by he gets angry? Like he yells?
He gets angry.
Okay, we'll be quiet.
Okay. And she like leads you all down this path. It's wider than the last one. You can all stand comfortably, but she seems to be like kind of tiptoeing. As you reach sort of a fork in the path, she throws out an arm and points just past the trees. You see the very first clearing you were in, where you encountered Lavender. However, the fire in the center is burning bright, and a tall figure sits at the fire with their back towards you. Okay, now whatever you do, don't make him angry. And if you do make him angry, don't, cause he almost killed Gris once. You weren't supposed to tell them that.
Does Gris have any inkling of who this might be?
No
I think
idea.
the children should hide.
I'm going to quickly give. Where is the ability? Use my Vigilant Blessing ability to give Gris advantage on initiative roll.
That's probably a good move because she's got some bad shit going on. The baby Gris turns to you all and goes, We're not gonna go out there with you, but
That's good.
I just want to say that when I was like last year, I had this pet cat, and then the cat got really sick, and then it went to sleep forever, and I wouldn't be angry if you made this man go to sleep forever because he's so mean.
Gris kind of kneels down and
We're pretty good at that, actually.
and like puts her arm around her younger self, and she's like, "Okay, you guys go off, run off now, and we'll see what we can do." And she's
Okay.
like, "But you have to promise me you're going to study a little bit, and if you don't study, at least make sure Reese studies."
Reese always studies. He's a
And
nerd.
Well, one of you has to study.
Well, that's dumb. I wanna go out and look for more dryads.
You can look for Dryad, but maybe look for mushrooms too, and maybe learn how to heal.
I love mushrooms. Why would I need to heal? It's okay. It's cool. Bye, Big Me. I love you. Bye, old friend. I love you. Bye, Dragon Lady. You're really pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Bye, Fishman. I love you. Bye, Mr. Armadillo. Take care of yourself.
Ah!
Gris
Mung
like,
shakes his fist at them.
stands up and brushes off her knees, and she's like, "So sorry, so sorry."
Kids are annoying, but that's why I don't have any.
She's like,
are
"Well,
we
that's
gonna
just
talk to this one?
I feel like maybe we should see if we can see who it is first to get some information."
Can we all clearly see? Should we roll perception?
Roll perception.
Okay.
While we do this, can I also roll stealth to like sneak ahead and see if I can see anything?
Yes,
Hold on.
absolutely.
Hold
17
on.
plus 1.
Mr. Fishman, come here, please.
Okay.
You are the sneaky one, I believe.
Yes.
Well,
I
that's
can make
debatable.
you sneakier.
Might be wasted on him.
Sorry, now's not the time.
Leon chuckles.
I'm just saying.
I've had
I
practice.
reach out,
In terms
I
of
grab
successful
your
sneaking.
cheeks, clap them once, and you're now invisible. I cast greater invisibility on you.
Chris is like, "Where did Galen go?"
That's impressive.
I'm still here,
You-
Gris.
We
You
can't
have
see you.
invisibility up to for 1 minute or until my concentration breaks. Everything you're wearing is invisible, and nothing can break the invisibility. So you can make attacks and remain invisible.
So you have a minute, so you should probably go.
Wait, so that's a minute or your concentration breaks?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm holding it for as long as I can, but if I get hurt,
Yeah.
I'll be revisible. But
Everybody-
you're invisible.
I sort of just like, I gesture, but realizing nobody can see it, I'm just like, make sure Mung doesn't get hit. And then
Okay. Leon's like
I'll be right back.
kind of looking in the vicinity of where he was. Like, yeah, we can do that.
Everybody stay here. I'll be
We
right
can
back.
look when someone's invisible.
Yeah, I can do a lot of things.
So
So,
you are
we'll have
still
fun.
going to need to roll sneak for sound,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna make the.
Also rolled a
All right.
13 on perception.
I was gonna say I rolled an
I got
18 on
19.
perception.
I rolled a 4, but I think it's also -4. So
Those of you
Uh,
behind the
20.
Those of you behind the figure can't really make out much. He seems to be clad in like dark clothing with very dark hair or something, maybe a hood. He almost looks like pitch black against the night. He stands out even from kind of the inky darkness as just being totally void. Galen, did you roll sneak?
No.
Can you roll
You-
sneak, please?
Okay, yeah. Do you want me
I
to roll
think
with
if you're
advantage or
invisible, you
something
get
since I'm invisible?
advantage.
Yeah, you get advantage.
Okay. I rolled 2 7s, so 17.
God, fucking rogue modifiers.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, so you managed to get a pretty good look at this guy. He's not actually a person. He's exceptionally tall, no face, no features whatsoever, just
Creepy.
total void darkness.
Okay.
And he's just vibing by the fire.
Slenderman.
Cast message.
What's he
Leon
wearing?
cast message. And
You
is
can't
like,
tell. He's
Can't
literally all black. It's just it looks like a shadow that came to life.
Okay.
Leon cast message and is like, I don't know where you're at because I can't see you, but just wondering what's up. Hey,
This person doesn't have a face.
what?
This person doesn't have a face.
No, I heard you.
Yeah, I meant what I said. This person doesn't have a face. There's no features. There's nothing. It's almost like they're not a person.
I mean, if they don't have a face, they probably can't talk to us, right?
I mean, we fought ghosts before, and
Yeah, but even
I-
that one had a face.
right, but I'm sure that that's not entirely out of the realm of possibility.
I mean, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm nervous. There's
me one
there's
sec.
literally
I'll get-
nothing.
I'll get right back to you.
Okay.
Galen,
Just-
so are you still standing right next to him? Are you in front of him or behind him?
How tall is he?
Probably about as tall as Travis, 7 feet.
Fuck. Okay.
Okay.
I'm behind him.
You're behind him?
While me and Leon were talking, I've sort of like circled back around.
That's good because your invisibility has faded, but that sneak check is still good. Stealth check.
Okay.
Leon kind of looks at everyone and is like, apparently he doesn't have a face. What do we want to do?
I think you should check it Miss Paladin?
Oh, can I use my divine sense? Leon's like, right, I can do that.
I don't know, can you?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my divine sense.
Mother, may I?
That shit's
Ari's
pure fucking evil.
Okay,
my God.
it's pure evil. I think we should just fight it. Everyone,
I will
think we should fight it.
message Galen.
Yeah.
You have the all clear to rip its intestines out, if it has any.
Leon also cast message and is like, I don't know if Mung just cast message.
Oh my
He probably
God.
did. But we're gonna need you to attack and we will follow suit.
Gris is just like staring at Ari and then like looking over at this creature and then
Yeah.
looking back at Ari and then it's just like
I cast message to Galen
And-
again. I notice you haven't been ripping its intestines out yet. Is
working
Leon
on
telling you
it.
something different?
And
working
through
on
all this, Ari's wondering. Ari's like hand on hilt, but confused and trying to like, in their own way, strategize to be like, if he has no face, does he have anything I can stab? 'Cause otherwise, there's I don't think neither sword nor fist will work on a shadow, and I don't really see anything there, so I don't know what they're talking about.
are you saying this out loud or in your head?
No, I just all in my head, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
looking very confused for you.
Gris
On
just
a,
kind of
on
like
a tactical note, we should probably spread out.
Is this wait?
And Galen, would you like to rip the creature's guts out as
Galen's
instructed?
for sneak attack.
Am I
Yes.
okay? So I guess I'm close enough.
You're undetected. You're within
Okay.
5 feet of them. Yeah.
shit!
I'm within 5
the
feet.
surprise! Get the surprise!
Oh shit!
Yeah, I guess I'll roll sneaky attack with my I guess my trident. I guess I'm gonna just like sort of like
How
take it
far
out
away
and
are we
sort of
from
just, like-
Galen?
Hay farmer.
Oh my
Gonna
god.
pitchfork him?
Bob 'em. Gonna
Pitch into
pitchfork 'em.
hay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
you have an advantage on the attack roll, so roll for attack.
Okay.
As Leon sees the trident, she starts to walk forward. Hand
I
on her
rolled
hilt,
double
ready to pull her
8s.
sword out.
So 8 plus 8, 16.
Are you sure your advantage actually rolls twice and it doesn't just give you the same number twice?
Yes.
Oh no, it does.
it's-
It rolls
It does.
twice.
Ryan
It
has
does.
cursed dice.
Yeah.
What did you say it was?
It
A
was
16?
8 plus 8, 16, yeah.
Oh, you just managed to hit. All right, roll for damage.
Okay.
So that's gonna be
It's
you
my
want to do
normal
piercing?
damage. Yeah. So it's
So
my
you're gonna
normal
do-
damage plus the sneak attack d6, right?
Yeah, 1d8 plus 8 plus 4d6.
So that's 8 plus 2, 10 piercing damage, and then plus 4d6. 28 points of damage, piercing damage.
All right, sick.
Let's go.
Does that work on this creature?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
All right, so
Initiative.
now
need to roll initiative now?
roll initiative,
Yeah.
and you're about 15 feet away. I think that's
Cool.
gonna impact a couple of y'all.
I rolled 18.
14.
Oh god, you guys are doing that thing where you all say initiative at the same time. Give me a moment, please.
Yeah.
13.
Wait.
What part of a moment?
Okay.
no.
Leon, what did you get?
18.
18 for Leon. Galen, what did you get?
13.
Ari.
14.
Ari has 14, so that's gonna be above Galen. Lucat?
1.
No, you did not.
Nat
Love
1. No initiative bonus.
Alright, Gris.
I love that
13
for
as
you.
well.
13.
Do you want me to roll different so you can see who's above? Or no?
No, it's fine. He has a higher dexterity modifier, so he'll go first. And this creature rolled a 4, so we're doing great. Alright. Leon,
I get to go.
you are 15 feet away from this monster.
Wait, I'm so excited. Okay. So Leon is like, all right. And she just like walks right. You only have to be within 5 feet, right?
What's the...
I'm gonna
what
do a
kind of
melee attack, but I'm gonna do something else first, but I'm gonna stab him.
Yes.
Okay. Jab, 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 jab. Okay, so Leone walks 10 feet forward. She pulls out her sword and she casts Green Flame Blade. She does like the stupid flourish that she always does, because she's nothing if not fabulous. And so with Green Flame Blade, give me a moment. I am going to roll. Okay, so that is an 11 plus 6, 16 to hit.
All right, that hits.
Okay, so this is when it's going to get overwhelming.
Oh no.
It's going to do 5 piercing damage.
Wait, okay, 5 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And 7 something else damage?
And then it's going to do 4
fire damage?
Fire damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going, as a part of this attack, for the first time ever, I am going to use a 3rd level spell slot to do Divine Smite.
Would you like to move back before you do this?
Yes. So I'm going to move back as far as I can.
Okay.
Which I would assume...
You have 30 feet of movement?
Yeah, and I moved 10 feet, so I'm going to move another 10 feet back, so I'm 15 feet away.
Okay.
Give me 1 second to find Divine Smite.
Has this creature said anything to us yet, Jenny?
No.
Okay.
Where is Divine Smite in here? Actions.
It's going to be under spells.
Is it?
Yeah.
My god. I have so many spells at this point.
You're going to do it at 3rd level?
Yes, give me 1
You
second.
can search your spells.
Yeah, it's not under spells.
Is it under actions?
Just give me 2 seconds. Okay. So, what the hell? Why can't I find it?
Did you prepare it?
Yeah, I did. It's like an automatic thing that I have. Oh, it's probably at the bottom.
It might be under, like abilities or whatever.
It's just like I get to do... Okay. When you hit with a melee weapon attack, so it does 2, 3, 4 d8.
Okay.
Radiant.
Oh no. Okay.
So then it's going to do 16 radiant damage.
Just 16?
Yeah, so 12 piercing, 4 fire.
Yeah, I did everything again.
And then 16 radiant, and then I'm going to use 2 of my sorcery points to turn a spell slot into a bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast 5th level Blight.
Well, what kind of damage does that do?
Necrotic.
Okay.
And that's gonna do 9d8.
9d8 or 98?
9d8. So that's
Okay.
45 more damage.
Remember when Leone couldn't do shit?
And then Leone's gonna be like,
Alright, Leone, does that end your turn?
yes.
Gris
Alright.
is just like mouth agape, staring at Leone, like, oh.
Leone's look back at her like,
Galen's just thankful that
Ariadne.
nothing hit him.
Yeah.
They're like super close.
Ari's smirking. They're like a little proud. It's like, all right, well, it's obvious, like Mary is taught her something.
Alright, it's your turn.
Me?
Yes.
So how's he looking? Is this void still just sitting on the log taking
The void has now actually stood up, and thank you so much for asking. He uses his reaction to cast a spell towards Leone.
mm-hmm.
Oh.
Leone, he's gonna cast. Wow, I have a lot of spells. Hang on, this is ridiculous.
It's stressful,
You're fine.
right?
I never fucking.
It's the sheer volume of spells.
Leone, what's your
AC?
No.
Okay.
What's your intelligence?
14.
All right, baby.
Oh.
All right, so
Wait.
Leon.
Like saving?
No,
Or-
just
oh, okay.
what's
No,
your
just
base intelligence?
Okay.
Leon, you're going to take. To roll it twice. You're going to take 30 psychic damage.
30?
30 psychic damage.
Okay.
And do an intelligence saving throw, please.
Okay.
Oh.
That was a nat fucking 20.
You became so lucky because I was
shit.
about to fuck you up so hard. However,
Oh, shit. I know exactly what that was. You are so lucky. Oh, man.
Okay. You're good.
I've never
You're
been
good
so
for now.
relieved. I haven't rolled a nat 20 in like fucking 10 episodes.
Yeah, you just got really lucky.
Very
Oh,
exciting.
man. I don't even know
Very
if I could have
exciting.
undone that.
No, it would just be like 30 days of
Yeah.
useless Leon.
Oh. good.
Yeah. Well, until I got the next day.
I just
Yes.
looked up what you rolled. Oh my god.
Yes.
Yikes.
Anyways.
But it can be ended by greater restoration, which I got, so.
Okay, all right. Whose turn is next?
It was mine before his reaction.
Okay.
So seeing that, I'm just like, that's unkind. I'd like to not lose another friend as I'm running towards him. And I start with, I like do a guard and then thrust, with, so to do the first attack. So with my new Unbeliever's Blessed Short Sword, which is great.
All right. Roll for attack.
Makes it easy. 11 plus 11, 22.
God
Ooh.
damn. All right, yeah, that lands.
So that's first one's gonna be 2 plus 7, 9.
All right, 9 damage.
Mm-hmm. And then a little smug that hit because it confirmed my like, okay, this person is stabbable as proved by my companions as well. It's very important. Go back like just toward a guard like towards my ears and then do a cut with the true edge. So it's just the same again and we're gonna find out if it works. 20 plus
Yeah.
11, 31. Does that hit?
That's a critical hit, so be sure to roll it for a critical hit. Which you can do by right clicking.
Okay. Let me see. Ah, there we go.
Damn, I got all these new spells, but I don't think I'm gonna get to use them.
You did 16 damage.
I did 16. And riding that high, I'm gonna take a step forward and then like put my weight on my back foot and then just flurry of blows, kick him once, and then like gut punch him with flurry
Right.
of blows. So let's see if that hits.
Monks.
Before we
Yeah.
kill this thing, can I speak to it? Can I use a free
Oh
action?
my god.
Okay, so 13 does not hit.
Yeah. I forget, what did you... Since it's been a while, what did you decide? Is it just one to hit for both attacks? Because they're technically two unarmed attacks?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then that just doesn't hit. But it still, even if it doesn't hit, gives me auto disengage. So I'm just like, shit, I'm gonna go for the kick. I'm gonna stumble, and I'm gonna try it and like just be kind of ungraceful. So I'm gonna roll my way out of that and then just avoid and run back. It's like, oh,
great work.
Tried that.
You did so good,
okay.
Ari. Great job.
Gris is once again mouth agape, like, when did y'all get so strong?
Okay, Galen, it's your
Yeah.
turn.
No, is it?
It's your turn.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Galen, then Gris, then the enemy,
Um,
then Mung.
So after that whole thing, I guess I'm just gonna like Is it okay? Who's it like focused on? Is it focused on Ari?
It most recently attacked Leon.
It most recently attacked Leon, so it's paying attention to Leon. So can I do another sneak attack? Are they adjacent to me?
No, because Leon is like in the same direction as you. So
Okay.
when you attacked him, he became aware of your presence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I do
guess I'll
like
just
that
attack him
though.
again.
Classic B Bothkin move. Like, well, he's not looking directly at me. Can I sneak attack?
I mean, it's
Yeah. Technically, he does have a sneak attack there. Sorry to backseat DM.
I mean, so if the dude was facing him, Leon approached from the same direction as Galen, he'd
Correct.
be looking at him.
Yes, but it rogue sneak attack procs anytime an ally is within 5 feet of the enemy that they're targeting.
Oh,
So,
Leon
as-
disengaged.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
as in
everybody
Ari.
disengaged.
Yeah, except
Yeah,
for
I'm
Ryan.
disengaged.
That's
as
why.
fuck.
That's why you don't get sneak
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 15
Tell someone
feet
to
away.
stand their fucking ground next time, dude.
I just wanted to
Leon.
double check.
So, yo, I got divine
So,
smite to do, yo.
I'll just sort of like do a cool little spin move with my trident and like flurry it around a bit.
Let's
and
go, Galen.
Go attack him again.
All right, roll the hit.
Okay. 19. 11 plus 8.
Yeah, that lands.
Damn.
And he'll take 11 piercing damage.
Okay, sick. Do you have another action?
I do. I actually want to use my action
It's like,
surge and
funny
attack
you
him again.
ask. Funny you
Okay,
should mention
awesome.
that. Jenny's like, radical.
Go for it.
All right. Oh, that's an 11. That doesn't
That
hit.
does not hit.
Okay, so then I'll
glee in your
use
voice, John.
I'll use my cunning action to disengage.
Awesome. Glad you did that. Should have let you do that the first time. Might be. Gris.
Okay, can Gris just like call out and say like, "Who are you? What do you want?" Like kind of thing.
It
She
lets
just-
out an ungodly scream in a language you do not understand.
Do any
Gris
of us
kind of like
understand it?
looks around to see if anyone else.
Leon,
I knew it. Fuck.
baby,
I fucking could feel it in my bones.
you hear, "I am but a shadow of what killed you."
Oh my god.
Leon turns back and is like, so he said, I'm but a shadow of what killed you. I don't know what that means, but I guess I know what he's saying.
What
Leon.
killed me? This time or last time? It just
Last
yells at the
time.
monster. This time or last time?
Leon's listening.
It doesn't say anything else.
What
Galen
language
just
was
like
that?
looks at Leon and is just like, really?
I
Leon
don't
doesn't know.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Okay.
Galen, I got nothing for you.
Uh,
Sometimes it...
Mung, what languages do you speak?
Mung?
Yeah.
Oh, I never actually wrote them down. So common and goblin, we'll assume that's it.
Oh, no, you don't know what's going on.
Cool.
Mhm. Ari will have covered their ears like a reasonable person when faced with an ungodly scream.
Leon is like, oh, worm? Yo, what's up? Is this, well, never mind. This isn't Draconic, is it?
No.
I
You
didn't
would
think
know if
so.
it was Draconic. It's
And
not
do I
Draconic.
know what the language is, or can I just understand it?
You don't know what it is.
Okay.
This
Leon.
is a fun linguistics adventure with Leon, as per usual.
Leon is like, yeah, I don't know what language it is, but I can like tell you what it's saying if it speaks. That second time it didn't say anything. I'll let you know.
Gris just nods enthusiastically.
Yeah,
and,
this
like...
is weird. This is
and
weird.
she's like, well, if it's an evil spirit and it's a shadow of what killed me, I guess it just should die. And so she's like,
Fair point.
Leon,
okay.
who killed Gris the first time?
You think it's
Galen, now is not the
Dad?
time.
Okay, while you guys are interacting, the creature's going to react.
Oh, damn it. I was
It's
ready
going
go.
to aim at Leon.
Oh, okay.
It's mad at Leon. Leon did like way too much damage and took 2/3 of its health.
Leon's
Wait, how far away is Leon from me?
Leon's only got 52 health. She freaking out.
Leon is about 10 feet away from you.
Yeah,
Okay, never mind.
it's cool.
Because you
I've got-
disengaged as well, correct?
I've got 52 health.
So I thought I'd be closer to
That's
Leon.
a
than I
number
would
of
be.
health.
How many? Ooh, I have 2 spell slots for this. Oh, but I only get to do the double damage ones. Okay, so you're gonna take 19 psychic damage. Roll an intelligence saving throw.
Actually, I'd like to cast a 4th level counter spell.
No! Fuck you! Hang on.
Why don't I
If the
have those?
spell, if the counter spell is lower than the spell level, she
Yeah,
has to roll for it.
you have to roll for it.
What spell level did you cast it at?
8th.
Okay. So you have to
No, you roll, Vic.
You roll for it
I
because
roll.
I have a higher level spell slot.
Okay. God. Does my roll have anything on it, or is it just a roll?
It's
I've
plus
never
your
cast this
spellcast
before.
modifier.
Yeah, it's gonna be a charisma modifier.
So it's my spellcasting modifier?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I barely did it. Okay. So that's a 16 plus 4, 20. And I needed to roll an 18.
Yes.
The panic I just felt in my soul, you have no idea, when I saw that I had to roll an 18.
Listen,
panic
I'm
inside my
disappointed
soul.
that you've discovered counter spells. You just made my life so much more miserable. Now I'm gonna have to start having counter spells for your counter spells, and it's gonna
I
be a
kept
whole
that one a
thing.
secret from
Welcome to my life.
Okay. All right. Go for it, Gris.
Okay, so how far away am I from this beastie?
About 15 feet.
Okay, I'm going to cast Infestation, where I cause a cloud of mites, fleas, and other parasites to appear on a creature. So they have to succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or they do 3d6. I do 3d6 damage, and then I have to I push them in a direction.
All right. So I do have poison resistance, and that is poison damage.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
What do I have
But
to roll for it?
You have to.
I rolled
yeah.
a 21.
Oh, you're fine. Then never mind. So that does nothing.
I'm
so
so
then
sorry.
I am going to do a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm going to do Grasping Vine. And I'm trying to see if you have to do anything. Yes. Okay. So I conjure a vine that sprouts from the ground. I can direct the vine to lash out at a creature within 30 feet, and you have to succeed in a dexterity saving throw or be pulled 20 feet toward the vine.
All right. I get pulled 20 feet toward the vine.
Okay. And that's
Okay.
it. That's all I got.
Sick. Oh, hey, it's my turn. How fun. I said, who deserves to be murdered? Well, I don't want to do... Well, I could. Alright, who has the most... We're gonna do Galen. What's your constitution?
Just my base?
Um,
Like the modifier
yeah.
or the stat?
the stat.
15.
Oh, no. Okay, roll a saving throw. Constitution saving throw.
11.
Sick. Galen, you're going to take 20... Hang on. 26... Hang on! You're gonna take...
Uncanny dodge.
You can't uncanny dodge this.
Yeah.
It's an area attack. It's in a 15-foot cube.
Oh, bummer.
So you're gonna take 26 damage. Then...
If it's an area attack, does evasion kick?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because
Oh.
it's gonna be... No.
It
It could... I could...
In that?
No, Leon, because you were exactly 15 feet away from Galen.
Less all the way up.
However, Galen, you can try to avoid the next one. We're gonna use our bonus action for.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
This time I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere, which is a 5 feet. You're gonna need to do a Dex saving throw.
Okay. What's the DC?
18.
I rolled a 23.
Sick. All right. Wait. Hang on. You're gonna take 2d6 fire damage, so you're gonna take 4 fire damage
Okay.
because
How
you
many?
succeeded. 2d6, so 4. I rolled 2d6s and got 2 2s.
Okay.
I feel you.
That's gonna end my turn, which means it's now Mung's turn.
All right, Mung, being the old man he is, doesn't exactly react quickly to combat initiating. He then, seeing all of this happen, the multiple spells thrown and everything, decides it's in his best interest to walk straight into the middle of it.
Good. Awesome.
He has 25 feet of movement and will walk straight up to the front of the demon. And as he does so, he shouts out to the group, "Stay within the bubble!" And from the tip of his staff, where like the little moon, metal moon is carved, a bubble of kind of glowing twilight shoots out and forms a 30-foot radius dome around him. Everybody inside it can either have fear or charm removed upon them every turn they spend inside it, or they gain 1d6 plus 13 temporary HP.
Oh no. I gave you such crazy modifiers because I didn't think it was gonna come up.
Oh no, that one you can't even avoid.
Does that mean I get an extra 1d6 plus 13 health right now?
Well, it doesn't.
It's at
not
the start of your, or at the end of your turn. Since I went last, you're gonna have to wait.
That's fine. I'm
Then
next.
Mung will cast Spiritual Weapon on the area
Let's go.
near him using his bonus action, summoning a needle and yarn that will hover in the air behind it and then jab, like sticking it. And as when that is summoned, it gets to make an attack. So I'm going to make an attack with the spiritual weapon, which I summoned at 3rd level, so it gets a little extra damage. Attack bonus is I'm sorry about this, Jenny. You went and gave me such high modifiers. Although I rolled like shit. No, never mind. I have a plus 14, so 17.
Yeah, that
I rolled
hits.
a 3.
That hits.
Oh,
I feel like I've never seen Jenny so annoyed.
yeah.
I have to go home and feed the dogs, y'all.
I haven't even done anything.
Don't worry,
to
my
it yet.
turn's next.
So that's 8.
I don't think we're gonna get there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I need to do 8. Yeah. So, I only get 1 to 2. That's useless then. What's the point of casting at 3rd level if it doesn't do? Anyways, 6 plus 9, so 15 damage.
Cool.
Off of that attack, and he stands his ground in front of the shadowy entity.
How's
All right,
the
Leon,
entity looking?
it's your turn.
How's he
I'm
looking?
pretty sure we're about to find out. Leon, it's your turn.
Okay.
The pain in your voice.
Leon, don't do anything. Just take out the sword.
Leona's gonna pull out her sword.
Thank you.
Do you need me to roll?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna just do green flame blade, just for the effect.
Okay.
That's a 11 plus 6, 17 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay.
Roll for damage.
Okay. That does 9 piercing damage.
All right, the creature lets out an ungodly scream.
Okay. Can I understand it?
Yes. It's just a really long string of curse words.
Okay, cool.
At the end, it calls your mother a whore by name.
Oh,
And as it disappears, it leaves behind a trapdoor in the ground. From around it, you can see daylight glowing through the cracks.
who goes? How did it?
That's suspicious.
It knew my mother's name.
Gris, the belt at your waist glows brightly. All 4 spheres are full.
What? Gris once again like shimmies it up, and she's like, "I have them. I have all of them. What do I do? How do I get them in me? Do I need to put them in me? Do I need to absorb them?"
Well, we kind of just need to sit down and do the ritual at this point, now that we have everything. But
What
also,
about-
this trapdoor is interesting.
I walk over to it and
Leon's
open it
also
with
walking
the tip
over.
of my trident. Just like,
Oh no.
Would you like to look through it?
Yes.
Roll perception.
sure. Okay.
7 + 1, 8. Leon doesn't understand. She's pissed. How did that thing know her mom's name and also call
14.
her a whore? That's like so incorrect.
Galen, you look through and you can see Mung's body slumped over in a chair, and everyone else kind of dogpiled on Gris in a burnt-out tree.
Okay, let's do the ritual because I feel really bad for real world Gris right now.
Okay. So that's the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it.
Guess I prepared this spell for no reason. Anyways, Mung will turn back towards like the forest and just cast Firestorm on it. And 100 feet or 100 square feet of area just ignites.
Are we burning the forest down?
Why?
It's not going to be here in a minute.
Oh, Leon goes, same. And she casts Fireball in a part of the forest that Mung didn't touch.
Or you
Gris is
just take
just
this
like-
moment to like face palm and sheath their sword and just like
Gris
I've been
is
wanting to do that for so long.
Honestly, same. You really just guided me there and I appreciate it.
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you.
she
Anyways.
kind of dangles her chain of souls.
Right.
And it's like,
Yeah. All right. Come on. Let's see. I don't have the book, so we're gonna wing it. Let's
Well,
say.
do we have to do it here?
Well, once we go back through, you're not actually gonna have them with you, so we kind of need to do it here, so that way when you go back through, they'll be with you. You know, like you can't bring things between the worlds usually,
Yeah.
and your soul is one of those. So, okay. Let's get everybody circled up here.
Are we sitting or
Do we
standing?
have to hold hands again?
Only if you want to, which I think you need. It looks like you didn't get enough hand holding as a kid.
Galen crosses his arms.
Gris goes to hold hands.
Leon's got her hands out already.
All right. And Gris, come up here.
Gris kind of walks over.
Mung will sit rather than cross-legged, like kneeling, and places the staff like in between the two of them on the ground. He takes her hands and kind of guides her down, or like so that her hands are on the staff. He then rotates the belt around her so that like it's each orb is pointing towards like a different cardinal direction. Then says, "All right, repeat after me. I am your name here. I am whole.
Wait, what? Gris is
I
like,
am
You say
your
your
name
name.
here.
okay,
Your name.
okay. I'm Gris.
I am whole.
I am whole.
Your whole name. Your whole name.
Oh,
Gris,
I'm
Gris
Gris.
is a
I am. Do I have to say my real name?
yes.
I am Griselda Littlefoot, and I am whole.
Repeat it again.
I am Griselda
Keep
Littlefoot,
going.
and
Keep
I am
going.
whole. I am Griselda Littlefoot, and I am whole. And she's just kind of like embracing. And she's like, I am Griselda Littlefoot, and I am whole.
Mung will channel like circle of power, a spell into this a little bit. Try and dump a spell slot. It kind of channel some magic into this.
So, as you do so, the belt with all of the spheres levitates into the air, and the spheres shatter. And for the briefest of moments, the mist within them takes form. 2 forms specifically stand out to you. The first is a little girl whose very features break your heart. And she goes, "Thank you, Mama. I always loved you, and I always will love you, even if I'm not real." The other one is a little girl, and she goes, "I'm glad I got the chance to leave the grove, you know." And then she looks to Mong and goes, "Thank you, Mr. Armadillo." And they both sort of twist into the air into this long plume of smoke that then you find yourself inhaling as it sort of fills your body with warmth. And you feel like yourself for the first time in a long time.
Gris kind of like looks up at Mung and then turns to look at her friends. And she's like, "Thank you. I'm sorry,
did it?
Gris. Had to
You
go
did
through
it?
this."
No. Anything for you, Gris.
Well, maybe next time I'll try not to die in the dream world again.
How about we change the try to not period, and then I'm fine.
Okay, deal. I won't die again.
Good, thank you.
In the dream world. Probably in the real world at some
How
point.
about point blank period?
Okay.
No more death.
Solid
Deal.
plan. I
Deal.
like that.
Do you feel better? I mean, you did just quite literally live throughout the worst parts of yourself and face them down.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel as conflicted anymore. Yeah.
In
I
some
feel good.
ways, this might have been a blessing.
Maybe. I don't wish to do it again though.
Yeah, no. I was thinking about ways I could potentially like monetize this. It's not gonna work. Not many people want to
Monetize?
die.
Yeah, I don't think you should include this in your like brochure for your tours and such. I don't think that it's an experience that your guests will appreciate.
Yeah. I mean, spiritual healing's all the rage now, but I can't see selling people on dying to
This
begin the
is-
healing process.
This is all fun and games, everyone. I'm a bit tired of having scales.
Of course. Of course.
You'll get used to it.
Apparently.
I don't know, actually.
You will.
But you don't have to have yours always, Galen.
Right, but they're
Alright.
still there.
And Leon's motioning to the door like, please, don't be going.
You're free to go at any time.
Well, I'm not gonna leave you all here. We're not separating.
Mung attempts to push her.
Roll a strength check.
Okay.
Leon, what's your normal strength? Score?
I have it's 13.
All right, Mom. What did you
8.
roll? You push her and she doesn't budge.
I'm gonna like run and like dolphin dive into the opening.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, this is
There's
awkward.
lore.
Hi. Mung jumps into the trapdoor too.
Leon follows after Mong.
Ari does a nice little like flourish, like aerial or something, and jumps down.
Gris,
Do you want me to roll for that, or can I just look cool?
No, I'm gonna let you all look cool here.
Thank
Just
you.
this once.
Gris kind of looks around and like takes a deep breath and then realizes she's breathing in smoke from Mung and Leon's travesty to this forest. And she just kind of like shakes her head and like slowly sits down and like kind of just jumps in because it's a long drop for her into the trapdoor and she'll close it behind her.
So you close the door to the dream world behind you, and you find yourselves all back in the real world. Most of you are sort of in various positions of on top of each other, depending on when you fell asleep. Though, Gris, you find yourself with all of your friends snuggled up to you. Their bodies are keeping you warm. Meanwhile, Mung is coming to in his chair and looks just as comfortable coming out of the dream world as he does in it, though he no longer resembles an armadillo. You all sort of start to get your bearings and look at each other with the knowledge that the next part of your journey is incredibly unsure. We will be back next week at 6 p.m. MST, 8 p.m. EST with more of the Tabletop Tavern. Thank you so much to Lucat for joining us as the fabulous Mung.
Mung is wonderful.
I'm
Thank you for
sure
hanging out.
Mung will be back. I'm 100% sure Mung will be back, actually, meaning Jenny personally. But thank you all so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.